Shalawam, 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 yes, sir. Call all y'all Bashim outside, man. It's the servant Khalil Ban Yasharala, right? With K.O.Y. Israelites back at it again with another Shabbat service class, man, to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man, and give you some of that good spiritual bread, for this morning, man. So it's high time we wake up in these last days, man, and hopefully you guys get edified through this lesson, right? Go ahead, King.
Shalawam, Shalawam, right? Brother, your brother, fellow servant, man, Gabor War Gabar, right? We want to say, Kwam Yashala to all Israel, man, for waking up, right? Coming back to serving the Most High God in truth and sincerity, right? Shalom to the brothers and sisters out there that's constantly figuring out ways to serve the Most High in righteousness, right? Not of your own will, but of the will of the Most High God, Yahweh, right? Shalom to the sisters out there, man. Actually reverence their husband, and husbands actually doing all they can to keep the family together, man. Shalom to y'all, to the children out there being obedient, serving their parents like righteous children. Right. I want to say shalom to y'all too. Right.
That's right, that's right. So with this lesson for the day, man, it's about keeping the faith, right, and not falling away, right? Keeping the faith and not falling away. Meaning you got to be strong in this thing, man, right? You see everything that's happening around the world. You see things that's happening around at your workplace, man, with your bills, struggles, trials, and tribulations. But the point of the matter is you got to keep the faith that there's going to be a better hope. Keep the faith that everything's going to come to pass for the return of Zion to our homeland, man, and being in the bosom of the Lord, man, right? So whatever you guys are going through, keep the faith and don't give up in these trying times, right?
Hey, do me a favor. After you get your precept, man, I want in a GNT. I want Titus chapter 2, verse 11.
Con.
Baba Kushar. Yeah, but man, that's what this lesson is about, because to be honest, man, we're going through like different adversities, different afflictions. Satan, is sending out his workers. Like, I mean, it's a flood of evil spirits out here in this world, man, and it's hard to contain, the good with all these evil spirits trying to overthrow us, man. And in the world, um or something that my brother always say, man. He said, hey, don't become the evil that's done unto you, right? And that's a simple saying, right? But I look underneath that is, I believe he's telling me to be the opposite of them, right? If somebody is doing evil unto you, you should love them, so that way that evil could get up off of them, right? And it's a hard practice, man, but I say the more that we do that in the day-to-day life, outside in the workplace, and outside dealing with other brothers and sisters that we trying to wake up to the truth and stuff like that, it becomes a good practice. So when you get home and you're having these different fights, right, which you shouldn't have at your house, we shouldn't be going to war when we get home. But when you do get home, you're able to practice or use what you have practiced the whole time throughout the day, right? Which is loving kindness, right? Patience, right? Empathy, grace, having grace towards one another, right? Mercy, right? Uh, 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 uh,
That's right.
Bearing long, with somebody who is afflicting you, man, right? You start to practice all these good spiritual traits, and you can bring it home and actually show it in your household. And then that person or those people that's in your household is going to reflect that and send that back. All right. But as long as you become the evil that is done unto you, right, you'll just have a whole bunch of evil around you, man.
That's right, that's right. Great way to bring that up, right? You sow what you reap, man, right? You put whatever you put out, man, is what you're gonna receive, right? Whether it's wickedness or whether it's righteousness, right? So I just want to bring this out, man. Quick opening up precept, right? So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 110 and verse number 1. And it reads, right? Let me go to it so I can highlight it. Right? It says, the Lord, right? Yahweh, right? This King David speaking, right? The Lord, Yahweh, said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Right? So we know the Son of the Most High, man, Yahweh Shai, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, real name Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, right? To sit at the right hand of Yahweh, man, right? This is how we know they're one and the same, but they're not of the same Trinity doctrine that the Christian church teaches, right? So
Con.
therefore, he's sitting at the right hand of the Father, right? Right next to him. And guess what, man? We the audience. You got a wedding going on, you got a ceremony going on, right? Who's sitting at in the audience, man? It's our people, Zion, right? So what it's also trying to state is that we have to sit on the right hand of the Father too, to dwell with them, man, to be in that ceremony, to be in that wedding chamber, right? So we're sitting at the right hand of the Most High too, on the side of Yahushua, right? The
Man.
Father, the Father Yahweh, Yahushua, and it's us on that right side. We on the right side, and the right side also represents righteousness, right? Yahweh shall send the rod
Hold
of. Go ahead,
hold on.
King.
Hold on. So yeah, so like the brother saying, the scriptures tell you that we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, right? And in that, man, we got to do the right things to get that prized possession, right? Let me get this right quick, and you could go right on, man. Let me get this right quick in First Peter chapter
Bring it
4,
up.
chapter 4, right? Because I think sometimes we forget how important it is to know that we are right, right heirs or rulers right next to Yahweh Shai, man, right? This is the book of First Peter chapter 4 and verse number Salakia and verse number 14. Happy are you if you are uh Salakia. Happy are you if you are insulted, but because you are Christ followers. This means that the glorious spirit and the spirit of Yahweh is resting on you. If you suffer, it must not be because you are a murderer or a thief or a criminal or a meddler in others people's affairs, a Christian, right? Don't be ashamed of it. I mean, Salakia, because you are a Christian, don't be ashamed of it, but thank Yahweh that you bear Christ's name. The time has come for judgment to begin, and Yahweh's own people are the first to be judged. If it starts with us, how will it end with those who do not believe in the good news of Yahweh? As the scripture saith, it is difficult for good people to be saved. What then will become of godly sinners? So then those who suffer because it is God's will for them should by their good actions trust themselves completely to their creator who always keeps his promise. Right. And those promises, man, is that we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. But it's gonna take those afflictions, right, and to be insulted by the unrighteous for us to get to the kingdom, man. Right. And there's another precept in Paul chapter 4 where it tells you that we go through all this so that way we could be partakers of his glory, of his glory and his glory and his rulership, right? It don't say it like that, but of his glory and his rulership, right? So just like the brother is going into, we heirs on the right hand side of Yahweh Shah, man.
hmm That's right. That's right. We're all part of that. We're all part of that. That wedding, man. That ceremony, man. Right. So let me finish. Let me finish that, man. I'll let these brothers come in and give their greetings. Right. So reading on. Right. And it reads, "The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth." Right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh,
Hey,
like
hold on, check it out though. So in the dew of thy youth, right? With dew, you grow, right? In your
Mhm.
youth, you're growing in wisdom, knowledge, understanding, knowing how to apply it. You feel what I'm saying? So in our youth, right? In our youth, the dude that is talking about is a covering, right? And it's a covering of prosperity. If it would have said the drought of your youth, or the wilderness of your youth, it would have been talking about your lack, right, of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So the dew of your youth, when dew falls on stuff, it grows, right? That's why they tell you, like, I got some roses right here. They say, hey, when it's still dark, spray down your roses with water, with water, right? So that way in the morning the sun don't burn it, but it when the sun start going coming out, that little bit of water will burn off of it, and it'll be replenished, right? So that's the dew of thy youth, right?
Khan, that's right, that's right. Bring it out, King. Beautiful, beautiful breakdown. Right? Read on. Yahweh has sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
All praises.
Right? All praises. Well, you said you wanted Titus what?
Titus 2:11, and we're gonna read down to 13, I believe.
Khan. Let me pull this up. Khan, it's the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse number 11. For the grace of Yahweh that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and
Hey. I
GNT.
want it in the GNT.
I gotta go to another site. Give me a second. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 11 in the GNT. For God has revealed his grace for the salvation of all people.
Mm-hmm.
That grace instructs us to give up ungodly living and worldly passions.
Right, because you was going in on that before you even grab your precept. These are the things that we need to do. We need to strengthen our faith, so we could come out of the world and things like that, man. Hey, he said, hey, this is why. This is why it says that grace instructs us to give up, right, ungodly living and worldly passions, man. Right, and that's one of the hardest things for Jake to give up, man. Jake, even in his truth, man. You know how many times I done backslid, right? Jake, even in his truth, man, worldly possessions or worldly passions, and this other type of living, this ungodly living that's adverse to the spirit of the Most High, it's so hard for us to give it up, man. You got to understand, when I first came in here, right? People said, hey, look, you got 20, because I came in at like 23. You got 23 years of living lawlessly, right, and doing your own works, right? It's not gonna happen overnight, man. You need 25 years to wash all this stuff away, man. Give yourself time, man. And I came in here running like a track star, man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gassed out a couple times, but I ain't never fall out, but I gassed out, man. You know what I mean? So, because the world will try to call you back, man, through the afflictions of your brethren. Somebody might tick you off. You feel what I'm saying? You're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to hurt myself because I can't hurt you. You know what I mean? No, and in turn, you hurting him anyway. You hurting her anyway, right? Right? So, read on, King.
That's right. That's right. Keep running in that race, man. Right. For God has revealed his grace for the salvation of all people. That grace instructs us to give up ungodly living and worldly passions,
Mm.
and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this world.
And it's so hard, right? And right, Paul writing to Titus, right? He gonna explain why he's starting it off like this, man. It's hard to live a godly life, right? And look, man, they got this song. It goes, it's hard to live a godly life when persecution comes, right? Because persecution comes and you want to go right back to your bull crap. You feel what I'm saying? And it's hard to live a godly life in this world, man. With all the, because you gotta think about it. Like I was telling you earlier, King, when somebody coming to you with an adverse spirit of hate, you gotta double down on that hate with love. So now I gotta give you two. I gotta give you 2 times more love than the hatred that you're showing me. And it's hard to do that in a world full of hate, a world full of lust, their own lust, not the lust of the Father, but their own lust. It's hard, man, to do these things, right? But we gotta glory in our afflictions, like our brother Paul said, right? No matter if they spit on us, persecute us, slap us in the face, shoot at us, whatever it is, we gotta take joy in these afflictions, man. Read on, King.
Come, reading on. Verse 13.
Hey,
Titus
no,
2.
before you do that, start at and to live.
Come, come. So I'll
And to
start back from
live.
12. That
Yeah,
grace instructs us to give up ungodly living and worldly passions and to live self controlled.
that is the
Oh,
hardest part of this truth, man. That's the hardest part of this truth, man. To control yourself, man. To have discipline, man. Hey, how disciplined was you in the world, Khalil?
man,
Captain?
I was all over the place. No discipline, man. No
Yeah, yeah.
guidance, no wisdom or understanding, man.
Not deny it, man. How disciplined you was in the world, man.
Man, I was undis. Hey, mute that real quick.
It's muted.
Aspects of my life.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Start over again.
Yeah, I said I was undisciplined in all aspects of my life. Right, like when it came to my money management, undisciplined, man. When it came to my health, undisciplined. You know, I would blow hundreds of dollars on weed every week, man.
Yeah,
Right,
you did.
undisciplined.
You did that.
Hey, Taji man. Taji man. Say your little spiel, man. I know we wasn't disciplined, man. Look at us, man.
Salakia, I couldn't even hear you.
I
Say
said,
it
hey,
again.
man, go ahead, man. So, was you disciplined in the world, or what happened? Like, I know you probably was disciplined the last 5 years before you came fully into this thing because you were boxing and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You like to train for fighting, but before that peak, right, of fighting, was you disciplined out in that world? And even in fighting, I know you wasn't eating right.
Con,
Right.
con,
So was you disciplined out there in the world before you came into this thing, man?
con. No, I think it was kind of, yeah, especially in my regular life. You know, when it came to decision making with women, I had no discipline. You do whatever, whatever looks good, whatever feels right.
Feels right, huh?
Yeah, you don't get handled. No, there was no discipline, man. None.
Nah,
Especially on
man.
this on a biblical, or spiritual aspect. Nah, hell no. Mm.
All praises to the Most High,
Con,
man. Honesty, the best policy, man. All right, keep going, King. Keep going.
Come, reading on. Titus 2 and verse number 13. As we wait for the blessed day we hope for, when the glory of our great power and Savior, Hamashiach Yahushai, will appear. Con, keep reading on. You said
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
Con,
Go ahead.
verse 14. He gave himself for us to rescue us from all wickedness and to make us a pure people who belong to him alone and are eager to do good.
Man, you gotta be eager to do good, man. That thing
con,
said eager to do good, man. Golly. So, hey, man,
con,
if we don't learn these steps, right, the self-control, giving up worldly passions, ungodly living upright. When you living upright, that means you living as the gods do, means keeping the commandments of the Most High. Godly lives in this world, man, in this world that's full of wickedness. For what? He says so. So he gave himself for us to rescue us from all wickedness and to make us pure people who belong to him alone and who are eager to do good.
Con.
Right? And I yield with that. Man.
Con. That's right. Bring it out. Bring it out. Con. Let the nine Taziathon, man, give y'all greetings in real quick. Before we get the show started on this topic.
Shalawam, Shalawam. closer to Zion. Another Shabbat, man. We bringing all praises to the Most High first and foremost. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All praises to the Most High. Thank for especially another opportunity to be His servant. Another opportunity to bring more sheep into the fold. Sheep that are predestined, that were called, right? Go ahead, I.
Khan, Shalawam, Lieutenant Nathaniah, man. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, man. One step closer to salvation. I know y'all see everything going on in Israel right now and all the wars happening, man, the rumors of war, man. We just know we that much closer, and that just shows how much more diligent we need to be in these last days, man, and truly make sure we stay focused on the goal, like the brothers was bringing out, man. Yahweh Shai had came, and now he's getting ready to return again to redeem us, right? And so every Shabbat, this is an opportunity not only for us to teach and reach out to our people and to bring some edification, but it help edify each other as well as we hop on these lives, man. So we do it for the nation, man.
That's right.
That's right. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, that's them beautiful beloved brethren out there in K.O.Y. Dallas, man. So make sure y'all subscribe to their channel, man. K.O.Y. Dallas.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha. Osai water, man.
Water.
Hey, one thing too on what you just said too, Nathaniah, man. Hamas, Gaza, I believe is a Libyan or Lebanon, and Syria. They all about to come together to try to go against Israel, right? But the scriptures tell us in Second Ezra and in Jeremiah that the whole state of Israel is about to be occupied by Escalon, right? About to be occupied by the Israelis. So regardless, they about to win because that's Bible prophecy, right? But we see that these things are happening on a high level, right? And what you were saying, bro, we see it's right around the corner. Just like Titus said, we gotta rehearse these good things, right? Self-control, eager to do good, right? The patience, right? Learning how to bear one another's burdens without murmuring, right? Without murmuring. It's hard to bear another person's afflictions without murmuring, right? Or feeling dis-ease, man. Right? So, but we need to learn how to do these things with joy because the coming of our Lord is soon, man. But the water for bringing that out, man. Because hey, look, man, we only another step forward, man.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, before we hop right back in the lesson, man. Right. That brother, Judah. He tapped in with me, man, through the spirit. He moving to Texas, man.
All praise.
Hey, he said he got acres out. He about to get like down there 20 acres, man. So the brethren, man, when stuff pop off, we got get off the grid, man. Stop relying on this government, man.
When he go out there and he get those acres, man, I'm coming to build me a house out there, man. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? 20 acres, gonna give me a little lot.
Hey,
look, if we gotta bully him, man, we're gonna bully him out of that lot for Double War. We all remember I said it. We're gonna bully him for that lot.
That's right.
That brother was welcoming though. He said, the brothers know, man.
20 acres is huge.
That's a lot, bro.
That's a lot of land, man.
That's a lot. Man. Grow crops, have livestock, all that.
Yeah, man, I can't wait, man. I'll take the morning shift, man. Hey,
Khalil can stay on the night shift, man.
Yeah, I'm on a night shift, man. You know me. I'm on a night, man. God. But let's jump right into this lesson, though, right? Again, the lesson's about keeping the faith and not falling away, right? Staying grounded and not letting this world deter you from our true salvation, man, and having to endure all of these things into the end, right? So the precepts we already brought out so far, it kind of are tied to what we're talking about here, right? being self-controlled, right? Being godly and aiming for that righteousness so we can receive that salvation through faith, man, and keeping these commandments, man, right? Because you have a child, a parent tells him, look, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that. All you got to do is do your homework, get good grades and do the laundry or do your chores, right? So if that kid or that child has enough faith that he's going to receive these gifts from his parents, guess what he's going to do? He's going to do the works, man, right? So that ties into that, man. So let me start. We're gonna start this lesson off with the law, right? Get into this Torah real quick, and we're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 6, right? And we're gonna read the whole chapter. So let me pull this up on the screen. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 6, right? So this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse number 1. And it reads, now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yahweh your power commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whether ye go to possess it. Right? So we got to keep these commandments no matter where we go, man. Right? No matter what we possess in this world, no matter what lot or what plot of land we're scattered to, man, we got to keep and walk in these law, statutes, and commandments. Verse 2, that thou mightest fear Yahweh thy power, right? And again, fear means to reverence, right? Fear means to respect the Most High, man, and to walk in His ways, to keep all His statutes and His commandments, which I commanded thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. See that?
Mm-hmm.
God. Right, so we got to teach our people, man. We got to teach our loved ones, man. We got to teach our family these law, statutes, commandments, so that way we don't die in the land of the living. Because the wages of sin is what?
Death.
Right, and according to the scriptures, what is sin?
Sin is the transgression of the law.
That's right, breaking these commandments, man. Right, and we don't want to get cut down in the land of living, and we don't want our families to get cut down in the land of living. Go ahead, King, you got it.
Con, go to Sirach chapter 32 and verse and verse number 24. You goofy.
This is Sirach chapter 32 and verse number 24. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
So if you trusted in the Lord, you'll fear never the worse, man. When we just read up in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse number the end of number 2, your days will be prolonged. So the Lord is not going to give you into the hands of your enemy or give you into the hand of disease or destruction, because you fear the Lord. So you should never fear never the worst, right? And I yield right there.
Precept, right? Proverbs 3 and verse 1 and 2. Right.
God. Oh, let me get it. Go ahead, King.
Every my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Right. So we gotta not only remember the law, but we gotta do it, man. We gotta make sure we keeping the laws and the statutes and the commandments, right? And that's how we're gonna prolong our days, man. That's how we're gonna avoid death and destruction, right? You're gonna have peace because you're not gonna be worried, because you now that you being obedient to the Lord, He's gonna be that hedge of protection around you.
God. That's it?
Not just the priest, but it's direct.
God. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, going back. All right, back to Deuteronomy 6 and verse number 3. right? Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as Yahweh, the power of thy fathers, hath promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Verse 4. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power is one power, or one existing one. Only one, the only one that exists, right? That's what Yahweh means. He exists, or the self-existing one, right? Verse number 5. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. You see that? And going into that, man, all your heart is what? All your mind, man, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how we love the Lord. To love the Lord is to keep his commandments. So we got to keep his commandments and give him the reverence that's due to him, right? Because he's always been there for us, right? With all of our mind, man, and with all of our soul, with everything that's built in between within us. We got to love the Lord with that thing, man,
Hey,
right?
precept, right?
Come, real quick, Slucky, I got you. And
Okay.
with all thy might, meaning what? All thy strength, man, right? With all the strength that you got, all the strength of whatever you are able, you got to love the Lord and keep his commandments. Go ahead, King, you got it.
Gone, right? And going to what it says, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, with all thy might, right? With all thy heart, we went into what it means, right? The heart is your mind. And so if we go to the book of James 1:8, it says that double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Why? Because you can't love the Lord with all your mind if you're double-minded, right? If your mind is serving more than one master. So your mind is unstable because you have a man whose mind is not focused on the Most High, who is focused on, oh well, you know what, I could study this, but then I got to focus on I got to focus on my work, I got to focus on my job, I got to focus on fashion, I got to focus on oh yeah, social media. This is where my income come from. I gotta focus on this. I gotta focus on being a influencer, or I gotta focus on being popular, or I gotta focus on being a rapper. I gotta focus on being anything that's outside of the will of the Most High, and then it takes us away from the work that we should be doing. Right, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Our whole mind, our whole heart should be focused on the Most High.
That's right.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's right, that's right. Con, going
You're
back.
on Deuteronomy. You were on verse 6, I believe.
Yeah, 6. Deuteronomy 6 and verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, right? In thy mind, man. Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Right? You want to expound on that, Cap?
Khan, give me a second. Well, yeah, I'll speak on it right quick. So, hey, man, you know, when you come into this truth, man, and you start diving or delving into the law and getting the understanding, you don't want to defraud or what you would call it, neglect teaching your family about the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God,
Uh,
right?
uh,
But also there's a thing where you don't want to force feed them either. You feel what I'm saying? You want your family to be willing to serve God just like you willing, right? Because at the end of the day, if you force feed a baby, eventually it's gonna throw it up, right? And it ain't gonna work out in your best interest. So, but you do want to live the law and have the law inside of your house, to the best of your ability. Uh, 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 you know, to the best of your ability, because it's hard sometimes for certain people, because your woman or your husband, they don't want to listen to the words of God. They'd rather you tell them what to do with the words of God. You feel what I'm saying?
mm,
So, and that's where building up a person comes in at. You feel what I'm saying? You got to build up people, give them something good to look at and to reverence, for them to respect you on that level. Give me Give me Philippians chapter 2 and verse no chapter 2 and verse number let me see right quick, because there's always a way to do this, because you got to realize we're in a very wicked place right now. They was coming right out of the Egypt, but they was learning the law firsthand from Moses, and they was respecting the law as a family because they saw God in all of their life. Like everything they were doing, Yahweh was right there to guide them through it. Right nowadays, we so far away from God that people got a problem with the words of God. In those days, brothers, sisters, children, everybody was
Mm-hmm.
respecting the word of God. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So give me
That's right.
Philippians chapter 2 and verse number 20. Hold on. Seek all nah, I want 13.
Con. God. This is the book of Philippians chapter 2 and verse number 13. For it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
Do all things without murmurings and disputings.
Read on.
Verse 15. That ye may be blameless and harmless.
Mm-hmm.
The
Go ahead.
sons of God without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation,
Mm-hmm.
Con.
Go ahead.
among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
So
Mm.
you have to do these things, and you have to be elegant in what you are doing, as in serving the Most High God. So that way, the people who follow you they don't have any choice but to pick up the baton and run behind you. You feel what I'm saying?
Man.
This is
Facts.
this is the point of guidance. Guidance is not taking a rope, a lasso, and then go ahead and get them around the neck, and then you pull them wherever you're going. Right? Guidance is you show them that this is the right way. That's why I said what? So that you could be the light in a perverse and wicked world, man, a perverse and wicked generation. Right?
Facts.
So we have to learn how to guide by our actions, right? And do we mess up? Will we become blameless? I mean, will we become have a blame, right? So to where somebody could blame us? Could we
Mhm.
be corrected? Are we going to be reproved or rebuked? Yes. We ain't perfect at this thing, man. We working to perfection, right? But at the same time, we have to be that guiding light to our family, everything like that. So sometimes you can't just sit there and talk about the precepts or bring out the precepts. You want to, as being a true follower of the Most High, you want to bring out the book. This is what it say. This is what we doing right now. This, that, we're here. Ooh, but you can't do that with all people. I yield right there.
Con, I got a precept for you, Malak. This is Second Ezra. This is 7:20. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before
Mm-hmm.
them. Right, and that goes into what you were saying, man. You pound it into them, right, and you'll make them despise it. You'll make them upset about just the learning of it because you're trying to force feed them. Like you say, you force feed a infant, they're gonna throw it up, right? That's
Mhm.
right. So it's and many have perished in this life because they despise the law. Man, that's the worst way to go, man.
And in that king, this is why the scriptures tell you work out your own salvation. Because that
Mm,
woman or that man, at the end of the day, guess what? The Lord gonna judge them, and somebody gonna make it to the kingdom, and somebody gonna die in the lake of fire. Right? So you have to want to serve the Most High God willingly. I shouldn't have to pull you to serve the Most High God, because at the end of the day, that missile food that I always talk about on camps and stuff like that, that's what this other person gonna become, whether the woman
mm-hmm,
or the man. This is what you're
mm-hmm.
gonna become. You're gonna become missile food, right?
Con,
And I'm sitting here, you living with a brother that's telling you not to become missile food,
con,
Mhm.
right? But just like you said, they gonna end up getting destroyed because they don't want to listen. But also, you got brothers that don't know how to guide right, to guide this person into the kingdom of God.
con. Con.
Con. You got something, Nathaniel?
I was just gonna touch on that, just like Captain Gabor was saying, man. So you got some brothers who don't know how to guide, and I feel like, that's why as a camp, man, you got different players in there, right? It's like a team, man, right? Everybody got a different position. They play a different part. You feel me? And you got some people who are better at sowing seed. I was telling Tazi Yatham this the other day, man. Right? You got some people who are better at sowing the seed, but you got some people who are better at nourishing that seed, man. Right? Better at feeding it and helping it to grow. Right? Because without it being fed, right? If you're not watering that seed daily, man, it's not gonna grow. It's not gonna sprout. Right? So if you're not a good waterer, man, you gotta align yourself with a brother that's good at watering it. Hey, man, we at camp, I'm planting the seed. I got the brother's number for you. Here go the number. Reach out to the brother because I know you better at watering, man. And I don't really got the spirit to water. You know what I'm saying? But I got the spirit to rebuke, and I got the spirit to open their eyes up. You know what I'm saying? And
don't be talking about me on the second half, man. Don't be talking about me on the second half.
Hey, man, I was telling him I'm not good with watering, man. I'm not good with keep on reaching out with new people, man. If they're not being responsive after the second time, man, I'll be like, man, I'm not good with continue reaching out.
And that's what we gotta become. When somebody's being evil, we gotta become that good. We gotta become that loving person, right, to the people that despitefully use us, man. And it's difficult, man. It's a learning and progress, man.
I got something I want to bring out too, right? So yeah, man, like no matter what we're doing, let me go back to Deuteronomy 6 real quick, right? And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, right? So if you sit in the house, man, don't be having your child on Fortnite all damn day, man. Playing Call of Duty all damn day, man. Make sure you've given them that right milk, what they need, because even to our people or whatnot as well, right? Because they're babes in this thing, right? So we got to make sure we're feeding them, and then they're healthy and they're getting more of this wisdom and this bread and this meat before anything else, right? And then when it says, and when thou walkest by the way, hey, man, you could be walking in a grocery store with your family, right? And you giving them that constant reminder, no, we don't eat that, son. No, we don't eat that daughter, right? It might look like meat, but no, that's pork. And the Lord says no, right? No, we cannot get that crab, right? We cannot eat that because the Lord says it, man. And when you're giving them the constant reminder, no matter which way you walk is by, right? They're going to get filled and built up in that understanding. And when they grow up and when they're going on their way, oh, well, my dad says I can't eat that, right? My mom says that we're not allowed to eat that because God said no, right? So this goes into when you walk us by the way and when thou liest down, man. Hey, don't read them no damn Jack and Jill bedtime stories, man. Thomas the damn engine train, man, right? You read them these commandments and the history and the stories of your forefathers more than anything. Right? And when thou risest up. So when you wake up, man, don't straight cartoons, no, man. You want to put in their mind the scriptures first, right? Have that discipline for your family as well as yourself, right? And one more thing I want to bring out. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, right?
Yeah, that'll do it. 2 and 12.
2 and 2, right? 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2. Right, so you don't want to force feed like Captain Gabawar was saying, man. You don't want to force feed them, man. Right, you got to have that understanding and know that they're just babies coming to this thing when we're waking up the people. Right, 1 Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. Man, everybody's not on the same level, man. You've been in this thing for 4 or 5 years, man. He just barely getting in the truth. So you cannot expect anybody to even be on the same level of understanding that you on, man. Right? You a 10-year-old child and he's barely an infant, man.
Man,
you can't keep cut. Hey, man, you got to do this. You got to do that. You got to give him a few milk scriptures, man, and let him marinate with that, so that way he may grow, man. How the hell you gonna feed a damn baby with no teeth, damn meat, potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and so on, man? Right?
And macaroni and cheese, that it might go down, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, man? Right? You don't want to give them that good old steak, man, with
Yeah,
damn A1 steak sauce inside. Talking about, hey, eat this. No, man, that baby's gonna choke on it, man, and it's not gonna desire to even want that food anymore, man. It's not gonna desire that word, right?
drop down to 20.
Come on, give me a second. Right? As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. Because we know it's good, man. Right? We tasted the good things, man. I had that milk. Okay, and guess what, man? Ever since I started drinking that milk, man, I grew up. Now I'm a big kid now. Now I'm eating these meat and potatoes of the scriptures, man, with deeper understandings, right? Dark parables, breakdowns, man. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Right? All right, let me drink some of this milk, man, because I want to grow too, man. I want to do that too, man. Right? And that goes into what? Being a light, man. Right? You said verse 20?
Yeah, drop down to verse 20.
God, and I got one more precept after this, and I'll go back. First Peter chapter 2, verse 20. For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted of your faults, ye shall take it patiently?
It says if you be buffeted of your faults, right? Look up that word buffeted. We
Con.
know what it means, but other brothers might not.
Mm-hmm. To strike with the fist, give one a blow with the fist.
Mm-hmm.
To rap with the fist.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, so so when you be buffeted, when you be put through a whole bunch of afflictions, right? Should you take it patiently? Right? Yes. Right? We should take it patiently because at the end of the day, we're gonna grow thereby, like the brother just read, and we're gonna become the best nation that walk the face of the earth, man. We're gonna become that person or those people that everybody come to ask, what should we do? How shall we do it? We're gonna become those people, right? Read on.
But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently,
Mm-hmm.
this is acceptable with the Most High.
This is acceptable with Yahweh, man. So now Yahweh, just like it says in Second Timothy verse 2 and verse 15, or First Timothy 2 and 15, right? That you may be approved of God. This is him approving you, man. When you take your suffering, right, patiently, no problem. You just looking forward to the promises that Yahweh got for you, man. Right? If your daddy
Mhm.
told you, when I come home, I need you to do 200 push-ups, 100 squats, 300 sit-ups, and 5 minutes of jumping jacks. When he come home and you do all of those, right? Okay, at the end of that, we going to Ruby Tuesdays, man. We going to, you know what I mean, whatever clean place they got out there, Dave and Buster's, man, whatever. We gonna have some fun because you listened to me and you endured that affliction. So, but if he tell you to do this for a week straight, 2 weeks straight, a month straight, 4 months, now you seeing the results of you doing those 200 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 300 5 minute jumping jack. You're gonna see the results of that. So in our affliction, we might not see it now, but at the end it will show, man.
Mm-hmm. And through the spirit, man, that goes into a child wanting that sincere milk from who he knows it's coming from, right? When that child is crying and whining, hey, it's going through its affliction. But then here come the bottle from the parent, right? The
Mm-hmm.
bottle comes from the parent because that child is trusting where that source is coming from. A child, it always knows who's gonna give it food when it's hungry, right? And it's that parent, right? Or it's even with us when we love our brethren and we love the Most High, we give them that milk too because we're out here what feeding the sheep. See
That's
that?
right.
Feeding the sheep, right? So I got one
That's
more precept I want to tap in, right? So we need to give that milk and don't force feed them, right? Because they're gonna throw it up and they're not gonna trust in us feeding them no more, man,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we're gonna turn them away by the wayside, and we don't want to do that. We want to bring them into the fold, man. We want that sheep to come into the gate and to trust us. Yeah, they got that milk. I'm hungry, and I want to grow in that barnyard in safety and in the bosom of righteousness and being a light, just like these brothers is the light, man, through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So let me get one more precept that I wanted real fast. Go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, and verse number 13, right? No, I'll start at verse 12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as have need of milk, and not of strong meat, right? So we got to give them that milk and not strong meat. If we want to teach people something again, man, look, man, what you've been drinking, that flattened, rotten, what's that word I'm trying to use, man? Spoiled milk, man, right? Nah, man, give me that bottle, man. Here, take this, man, right? Because that spoiled milk, man, it got your mind spoiled. It got your spirit spoiled. It got your understanding spoiled. You see that? So we want to give them that sincere milk, man, that true doctrine, right? But at the time we become teachers, right, and we're turning them away, they have need of milk and not of strong meat at that time, man. They still have to grow to that meat, right? Verse 13 expounds on that. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe, right? He might not know the breakdowns. He might not know the understandings you know, right? He might not know how to deal with certain sheep as well, because he's just a sheep coming into the fold as well, right? We have to understand that he's just a babe, man, and we got to take care of those babes, man, so that they may grow thereby, right? Verse 14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil, man, right? That baby ain't know he was drinking spoiled milk this whole time in the world, man, right? But us being exercised at a full age and having our senses here, and we understand the spirit of discernment, man, and the spirit of understanding. Guess what, man? We have the ability to take away that spoiled bottle of milk and give them that sincere milk. Con?
Con.
Right. Con. And with that, are you?
Con, real quick. Yeah, Cap. And that's not us saying that we can't, because oftentimes people want to believe that it should always be smooth like oil or sweet as honey, but sometimes especially with correction, sometimes it doesn't feel good, right? It doesn't feel good to have to grow, right? And so in those times it's balance, because like Hebrews 4:12 says, for the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Sometimes the words are sharp, man. They sting, they hurt, because they reveal to us the transgressions that we've been living in so comfortably, right? So sometimes those words, we didn't want to hear them, but that correction is exactly what our bones needed, right?
That's right.
Piercing even and dividing asunder the soul and the spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart, right? So sometimes it don't feel good, but we need those. We need not only the love and the edifying, or the edification that comes from the love, but we also need those stings of correction, those quick little jabs that remind us, man, that hey, you transgressed the law, or hey, you going back to your old self.
That's right.
Bam,
That's right.
Wake up.
That's a beautiful point. And so that's also what in Hebrews 5, just real quick, since you brought that out, let me bring that back out. Hebrews 5 and 6, I believe. No, it's not Hebrews 5, it's Hebrews 2. It's like, yeah. Hebrews chapter 6, I believe. Let me see. I got exactly 6 and 9.
15.
15?
Yeah, maybe not. But 15, that's a precept I got. Go ahead.
1 second. Yeah, Hebrews, it's actually Hebrews 12 is what I need. All right, man. Hey, that baby might not want that milk, man. You seen how babies throw their bottle? Not understanding, man, that it's for their well-being, man. It's for their benefit, right? So this is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse verse number 7. I start at 6, right? For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
Con,
If you endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? You see that? Verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. See that? So if you getting chastised, man, if you get receiving that other end of that double-edged sword, man, affliction, right? Hey, man, the Most High is dealing with you as a son, man, right? How many
mm-hmm.
times we got whooped when we was children, man, right? And that builds us up to be better and not adolescents when we come to a age of understanding, right?
Con,
Verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, right? This is talking about your actual biological worldly fathers, right? Which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Oh man, shit, if I go outside, my dad gonna whoop me, man. My mom gonna whoop me up. My parent gonna have it, man, right? And we gave them that respect, man. I ain't gonna do that, right? I ain't trying to get
mm-hmm.
the bill today, right? Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Hey, man, the
Con,
Most High has the power to cast you out the land of the living, man. Right? Cut you down. So we should have more of a reverence to Him than our actual biological fathers, right? So whatever affliction He puts us through, this is what happens. For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure. See, we might get whooped by pops, man, just for his profit, right? But he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness.
Con,
See that? Because we
mm-hmm.
want the Most High to chasten us, right? So that way we grow up. If I didn't get chastised when I was young, man, and go through these trials and afflictions and tribulations that the Most High put upon me, man, hey, man, I'll still be corrupted and wicked out here in this world, man. You see
Mm-hmm.
that?
Man, facts, facts.
Go one last one. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, right? When you getting hit, man, it's not a joy, man, right? But what? Grievous, man. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. See that?
That's right.
We grow in that
That's
thing,
right.
man. You know. And with that, I yield.
Kyle, let's get back into Deuteronomy.
Thing going right there. God. Deuteronomy 6 and verse number 8, right? And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
Kyle, and that's why you got the Jewish people putting that dang box on their forehead, right? Because they think that's what frontless between the
The
eye means.
thing around their arm too, like.
Yeah, they got a little thing around their arm too, man. People bugged out, man. Right, but this
Mhm.
just mean that this is always going to be the forefront of your decision making. Every time you make a decision, right, it's going to be have to be right and harmonious with the laws of God.
Mhm. Uh, and another analogy I like to use, man, you got a horse with a carrot with a stick hanging off his head, man. Hey, that's the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? That horse is gonna stay on a straight path. It's not gonna sway
Mm-hmm.
this way or that way, right? It's gonna ponder where it's going because it's always chasing dead on the commandments, and it's gonna always put the work forth to chase that thing. Right? Read on. Verse 9. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and upon thy gates.
So right above your door, you want to have the 10 Commandments or one commandment or whatever. But most people we get the 10 Commandments off of Amazon on like a little plaster thing, and you hang it right there in front of your door, man. That way people know, okay, this house really served God. That way the angels know, okay, this house, I need to protect this house, you know, is because that little thing is on the front of the door, just like the token of virginity that Yahweh Shai purchased us with, right? Or that Yahweh Shai purchased us with, which is the blood that's on the front doorpost and on the lintels, right? That's what that thing is, man. It's
Con,
part of that covenant, remembering that covenant that our cherry got popped, man. And we the Israelites, and the Lord loves us, man, and we're His wife. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Come, real quick. If y'all ain't got one of these, man, order it on Amazon or something, man, and grab that thing, man. Get it now, and put it on your doorpost, man. You know, put it right there or something. They got the modern Hebrew now, but man, I want to make my own with the
Man,
page.
me too. The one we have is modern Hebrew. It has Hebrew on one side, and then it has English on the other.
Right. So
All praises.
we want to grab this and have one of these on our doorposts according to the law. Right. Going back.
Con, con. And if you don't have the means or the money right now, man, you could write it down on a piece of paper, man, and stick that thing out there. Put some tape on that thing so it don't get all messed up. You feel what I'm saying? And stick that thing out there till you get one.
Con.
All right. Going back. Right. Verse 10. Right. And it shall be when Yahweh thy power shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things, which thou fillest not, and wells digged, which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not, when thou shalt have when thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget Yahweh, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Right? So through the Spirit, man, when the Most High provides things for you that you didn't really work for, right? He's just there. He always got your back, man, right? And this time it's talking about us taking over the land of the Canaanites, man. We didn't build them cities, but he gave us that land to take all of the spoils because that's just his will for his people, right? But through the Spirit, in the time we living on now, man, the Most High has always provided for us, even though we don't really put our hand or our work to do a certain thing. He will still be able to provide for us no matter what we go through, right? As long as we keeping His commandments. And when these things come upon us from the Most High, right? Oh yeah, the Lord did that, man. Like He didn't have to do that for me, man. But the water Abanawi Yahweh, man. You know, you have to remind yourself of these things because if you forget, right, Yahweh. Unless you're gonna start to forget, rather, right? Because it's easy to start forgetting, man. Man, I did that, man. That's all me, man. No, man. The Most High did that, man. Right?
He
So
brought you up.
don't forget Yahweh, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, out from the house of bondage.
I got a precept.
I got you real quick. But rather what? Thou shalt fear Yahweh thy power, right? Give him that reverence and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Yeah, Yahweh did that, man. I give you all my reverence, all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, man. And we serve him, and we shall swear by his name, man. Yahweh did that, man, not me. Go ahead, King.
Khan, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 3, and verse number 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh their God, and David their king, and shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the latter days. Right? So it's the latter days, man, where brothers and sisters need to fear the Most High and remember, right? We always go into the word meaning reverence, right? Reverence, yeah, that's reverence, respect, or whatever. But hey, man, we serve a great and terrible God, man.
That's
Right?
right.
To not put any sugar or spice or whatever on top. You know what I mean? We gotta be scared, man. He said, "Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling."
That's right.
Was that fear, right? Just reverence or respect? Nah, be scared that the Most High is gonna jam you up if you ain't moving in the right direction, man. Right? So, and in these days, man, in these latter days, man, we coming back to learn how to fear the Most High God, man. Right? You can ask a Christian, "Do you respect God?" They're gonna say, "Yeah, I respect God." How much they really respect him? They don't respect him because they're not scared of him, man. Right? We fear God over here, like as if your daddy was a 6'4", 260-pound man, bricked up, come in the house and say, "Hey, look, man, where my remote at, dog? You gotta find my remote right now." That's how I fear the Lord, man. Where my damn remote? He coming there with 3 belts. You feel what I'm saying? Like that, man. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we gotta come back to we gotta return unto the Lord, man, and actually fear him, man. Be scared that he's gonna judge us, man. He's gonna take our family away, man. Hey man, the Lord took my son. You feel a 5-month-old little baby, man. He took my son, man. I fear the Lord because of that, man. You feel what I'm saying? We got to be scared, man, and actually do what we need to do as our Father. As much as we know our Father loves us, he will whoop us and then say, okay, now go in your room and think about what you done did.
That's
And
right.
then,
That's
and
right.
then he'll take you out to eat the next day and say, this is my son, man. I love this little dude, man. You know how much he do for me, blah, blah, blah. But hey, you gotta get that correction though, and you gotta fear the correction so you could do right all the days of your life.
Right, and that's real fear. That's that when your pops come home, all your chores is done. Right, everything is cleaned up. Right, the works match what you said. Right, you said he said do your chores. I want the dishes washed. I want the backyard raked up. I want the dog doodle all picked up. I want all this done. And then when you come home, it's actually done. Right, that's real fear. Not that he tell you to do it. You say, oh yeah, I love you, Dad. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. He come home, it's not done. Right,
Hey man,
that's what a lot of people are. That's what a lot of people are doing when it comes to this word. They talk it real nice. They talk it real sweet. Oh yeah. I love the Lord. I love the Most High. But when it comes to actions, it's not there.
Man.
That's real fear. Real fear will do that to you. Real fear have you cleaning the gutters after you climbed up on top of the roof.
That's right.
And he asked you to rake the leaves. You was like, well, they kind of falling into the gutter. Let me go ahead and
let me clean this.
Right. and that's a beautiful thing, because all of that stems from, if you have fear, right? Fear means what? Reverence means a deep respect, man. Right? And a deep respect, you're gonna be fearing and trembling. That's why I want to bring out this precepts in Second Corinthians, rather, right? 5:11, right? And it reads, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, right? The terror of the Lord, we persuade men, right? So with the terror of the Lord, man, and showing them like, look, man, the Most High is going to do this to you. The Most High is going to judge you like this, right? You're going to be destroyed with this world with thermonuclear flames, fires, and missiles, man, right? If they don't have a deep respect for the Lord, like, oh man, I'll see when it happens, right? If you have that deep respect and reverence and fear of the Lord, man, what, you're going to be afraid, man, right? So when you go back here, real quick, bear with me, y'all. Right, Deuteronomy 6. You go into that word fear. Let's get it. Hold on. So hold on. Let me bring that real quick. Right, to fear, revere, be afraid. You see that? Be dreadful. Go ahead, King. You got it.
So your next words after you ask, if you fear the Lord, whatever you just said, your next words should be, what do I have to do? Right? It shouldn't be anything else but what do I have to do?
That's right. Let me, and then I'll finish that in what was I at? Oh man, I lost it. 2 Corinth. And that goes into what you just said right now, the latter portion of that. 5:11. Right? We persuade men, but we are made manifest unto the Most High, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousness. I mean, it got to be in your mind to really understand the terror of the Lord, man. Right? Not to put something in the block. Don't block it out, man. Like, oh man, well, I'll see when I believe it, man. I ain't scared, man. I don't fear nothing, man. I don't fear nothing, man. Hey, man, you better fear the Most High, man. Because guess what? He's a great and terrible power, man. Right? And with that, I yield. Come on. Anybody else got anything else? All right, read on.
Nah, go ahead.
Go on, read on. Deuteronomy 6 and verse number what's that? Verse 13. Thou shalt fear Yahweh thy power, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. What's lucky? I already read that. Read on. Ye shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people which are round about you. Right? Go ahead, Nathan. I expound on that.
So, right, all throughout history, man, even up to modern days, man, everybody wants to seek after other things to help them in their life other than the Most High Yahweh, right? You got people turning to damn zodiac signs, man, to tell them what type of person they are, man. Right? You got people who go after stones, man. Stones that they think these stones are healing, right? People bowing down to the gods of these other nations, right? Even going back to my ancestors, man, right? My forefathers who was worshiping the damn sun god and the moon god, not even understanding, right? And then today's day, we look at that like, oh, that's part of our culture. Nah, man, they don't even understand that they got that from the Assyrian captivity. Man. The Assyrians was worshiping the damn sun god and the moon god, right? And prior to that, all these other guys, it go all the way back to Babylon, man. Right, all the way back to the original captivity, right? And it's crazy because everybody want to make up their own gods, man. Right? But they don't want to show fear and reverence to the one true God.
Mm-hmm. And that's a big deal, man. And it's a big deal for the simple fact that, you know, give me this precept right quick, Nathaniah.
Come.
Hold on. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. My son learning how to talk, so I can say, get down.
Man, all praise. You said 32 and 39?
You said 32 and 29.
Okay.
But real quick, I want to say peace and blessings and shalawam to the 11 viewers that are in here right now, man. That's kind of more than we ever had lately doing this Shabbat class. So peace and blessings again. Shabbat shalawam to the 11 viewers. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yashala. And I said 32, 39.
Okay, Consulate.
32 and 39. It says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So that's the God, that's the mighty, terrible, and loving, and caring, and concerning God that we serve, right? First and foremost, he's mighty, he's a man of war, right? But even after he afflicts us, he heals our wound, man. Right? He's also that caring God, man, to where he's long suffering, he's merciful unto his elect, right? So that way, at the end of the day, because he said, if I wouldn't come and get y'all quickly, right, all y'all be dead, man. Right? Loosely paraphrasing, man. He said, hey, man, if the time of the Lord is not shortened, right, not one shall live, man. Right? So because he a merciful God, on top of being a vengeful, right, an avenger, right, and a deliverer, he's also that compassionate and loving God too, man. And I just wanted to bring that out because he kills and he makes alive, man. So if you're doing wrong, right, give me Romans 6 and 23 right quick. If you're doing wrong, you get a good payment for your reward, man. Right? And it's a righteous payment, right? Because you work in the works on the left side. This is your only lot right here.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse number 23. For the wages of sin is death.
That's your lot, man. And that's a good work for you to get put to death for doing evil, man. We ask and we beg for mercy, but you know what I mean? If you stand on the left-hand side, man, you're gonna get the judgment of the left-hand side.
Wages goes into a soldier's pay or allowance in which he is paid, money in which he's paid, hire or pay of sin. Man, you don't want to get paid. You don't want to get paid that, man. Hey, keep that check, man. I'd rather be broke to get the payment of my sins, man. I'm trying to get paid in righteousness. You see that? Man, put your hand to the plow and labor in righteousness and don't labor in wickedness. Because, hey, man, which check do you want, man? Right? You want that check with your name on it written with death, or you want that check with your name on it written in that book of life, man? You see that? Come on. Read on. I'm going to read on that. Right? For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. Right? Through Hamashiach Yahushai, our Adawan. Right? Hey, that's the check that you want, man. You want that eternal life, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to get paid, man. Right?
Man.
So what labor are you going to put forth in this world, man? Oh, you know what, man? I just want to go to the club, man. I just want to hang out with bras and hit the strip club all day, man. Smoke, drink, ain't go shoot on the ops, man. You know what I'm saying? Hate my brother, what I'm saying? Hate my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Folly, man. Right? Hey, man, you put in that labor and you put in work doing that, guess what, man? You're gonna receive that death payment, man. Right? But if you abound in the work of the Lord, you do what thus saith the Lord say, you keep these law, statutes, commandments, you have faith, and you walk in righteousness, you be a light to your people, you love your people, etc., man, guess what? You're going to get paid that check of eternal life. You see that? And with that, I yield.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Going back. Right? Deuteronomy 6:15. For Yahweh thy power, right? For those of y'all watching, man, we understand that when Lord is in all capital letters, that's the name of Yahweh in the Paleo Hebrew, right? And God just means power, right? This is why we say Yahweh thy power, right? For Yahweh thy power is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of Yahweh thy power be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Man, and that's what we're going into, man. That's that fear of trembling, man. That's the terror of the Most High. You don't want to be destroyed from off the face of the earth, man. Right? Man, that's powerful right there, man. Right? And jealous means what? Only for God, right? Only Him. Let's get that. Jealous, right? Qanah. Right? Which means what? Only for Yahweh, man. See that? Don't make the Most High jealous worshiping these other powers, man. Going back. Verse 16. Ye shall not tempt Yahweh your power, as ye tempted him in Massah. Right? Let's get that. Right? Temptation. We tempted him in temptation, or that place in the wilderness where the Israelites, our forefathers, tested Yahweh, man.
And that goes back to Exodus 17:2.
Exodus 17:2. The book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 2. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt Yahweh? Right? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? Man, and it was complaining, man, right? And Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They be almost ready to stone me. Right. So the people, man, they was complaining, right? They was tempting the Lord. They was tempting the Lord through Moses, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to do that. You don't want to complain or murmur or tempt the Lord or hey, man, hey, Most High ain't gonna do nothing, man. He ain't doing nothing for us, man. Hey, man, you gotta watch that spirit, because that spirit gonna lead you to destruction.
They was ready to stone him.
Deuteronomy 6:17. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of Yahweh your power, and his testimonies and his statutes which he hath commanded thee. And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of Yahweh, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest go in and possess the good land which Yahweh swear unto thy fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So do what the Most High says, man, and we're going to get out this captivity, man. Do what the Most High says, man, with fear and faith, man. And we're going to get out this situation that we in, man. Right? Verse 19.
Hold on.
Go ahead, King. I was waiting to see if you had some. Go ahead,
Yeah,
King.
go to Sirach chapter 23 and verse number 19. Cause this precept says something, man. It said, hey man, keep these commandments or do the will of the Lord, like he's always watching, like he's watching you all the time, man. Right. And sometimes we forget that the Lord, right, he discovers our inward parts. That means he is looking at every work. When you read Ecclesiastes, he said, the Lord, let me get it right quick so I don't butcher it. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse number 14. And it reads, it says, for God shall bring every work into judgment. Why is it saying every work? Why is it not saying some works? Why is it not saying a few works? It's because the Lord always watching us and what we are doing, right? So it says, judging every work, right? So it's not talking about some works, it's not talking about a few works, it's talking about all work. So he's always watching us, right? With every secret thing, right? With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So the Lord is always watching. We don't need to think like I think one of the scriptures say that we think that when the clouds covering up the heavens that the Lord is not looking at us, man. And it don't work like that. He's always watching, always looking, right? Always watching, always looking. Now, read that precept.
God, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse number 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Right? Let me start at 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying this in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. Hey man, can't nobody see me, man. I'm in my house right now, man. I'm in the privacy of my own home, but nobody got a camera on me. I'm good, man. To go freak off and do whatever I want, man. Hey man, the men say these things, man. Right? The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. Hey man, this is high. Man, I'm in my crib right now. Can't nobody see me, man. I'm by myself. Hey, the Most High, he ain't gonna remember me. He can't see me either, man. Right? But guess what, man? That's why 19 says, "Such a man only feareth the eyes of men." Yeah, because men can't see you, right? Men can't look at what you're doing alone, right? God knows what. And knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts.
And so the Lord, he ain't giving you no passes on nothing that you do. So that's why our thoughts got to be good. Our actions got to be good. The way we communicate and work with one another has to be good, right? Because at the end of the day, the Lord's seeing everything, not some things, everything, even the deepest secret things, right? That's why we gotta always examine ourselves in the inside, man. Like my shirt say, man, examine yourself, man, whether you be in the faith, man. Get 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, because the Lord is it's like a spotlight, right? There was this one year, right, in 2017 in over Coronado in San Diego. They had a UFO, right, that broke up into two, and then a big one was shining the light on the smaller one, right, while it was traveling over the Navy base in Coronado. That's how the Lord looked at the children of Israel, man. It's like a big light from the Father on this little group of people, and he's exposed. He exposed all our hidden agendas, all our hidden things, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, and verse 5, man, the classic, right? Examine yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
whether ye be in the faith.
So always take a deep look at yourself, man, and expose your hidden parts, man. Expose the things that you ain't even understand, that you barely understand what you thinking about, what you feeling. You know what I mean? Expose all those things, man. Because that's the only way you're gonna make it into the kingdom, man. Because if he sees it and you don't see it, you're gonna keep doing it, he gonna keep judging you for it. Right? He as in Yahweh. Right? Go ahead.
Nathaniah, get Sirach 23:19 in the G&T and hold that real quick. Right? Examine yourselves, whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves.
That means make it known that this is what you want, man. Prove it. Prove that you want this, man. Right? Go ahead.
Know ye not your own selves.
You don't understand your own self, right? And the Lord understand every bit of you, man. So when they say, hey man, they say, hey man, like when you go into therapy, they say, hey, bring out all the deep pain, the deep hurt that's way deep inside of you, right? Because it's pollution, and you have to get that pollution out for you to become better, right? Understand that when you gotta try the secret parts of your brain, because when you get it out and you confess these things, like Psalms chapter 32 and verse number 5 say, right? Once you bring these things out, man, you're able to heal, man. Right? He said, confess your sins, that way you might be healed thereby, man. Right? Read on.
Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates.
Except your mind be bad, man. Right? And you start doing your own will instead of the will of the Most High, man. Right? I yield on that.
I'm going to bring out one more precept on that topic. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse number 3. Right? Proverbs chapter 15 and verse number 3. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Right? Hey, man. The Most High is in every place, man. The eyes of men ain't in every place, but guess what? The Most High God Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, is in every place, man. See that? So you can't hide from that. And I yield. Go ahead, Nathan. I'll bring that out in the G&T one more time.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23:19. It says, this man is only afraid of other people. He doesn't realize that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, that he sees everything we do, even when we try to hide it.
Straightforward, man. Straightforward, right? Man. Hey, Tom, I brought a mighty precept out real quick, right? Micah chapter 2, verse 1-3. Woe to them, right? Woe means destruction. To them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take. Oh, I said, let me put the whole thing. Come and pull it up.
Exactly. Yep. Hey, Shalawam to Chief Asa in the chat, man. All praises to the Most High, man.
Shalawam, Chief.
Right, Michael 2:1 again. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. See that? When you have the opportunity, man, you wake up in the morning, hey, man, they still practice these things, man, because it's in their mind to do such things, man. I'm going to get up and do it all over again, right? Go to bed, wake up, I'm going to do it all over again. Because they're able to, because they feel like they're able to, man, right? And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house. Even I just wanted verse 1, rather, right? But y'all see what's going on, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. The Most High sees what you're doing. All right. Going back to Deuteronomy. Mighty precepts, all praise to the Most High. Deuteronomy 6:19. To cast out all thine enemies from before thee, as Yahweh hath spoken. Right? So we have to do what's right and what's good in the sight of the Most High, so that way we can go back to the land, man. Right? To get the inheritance of the earth back, to get what was promised to us back, man. To cast out all the enemies from before us, because Yahweh has spoken it, man. This thing is gonna happen. Right? Deuteronomy 6:20. And when thy son asketh thee in the time to come, saying, what mean the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Yahweh our power hath commanded you? Right? Then thou shalt say unto thy son, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and Yahweh brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And Yahweh showed signs and wonders great and sore upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh, and upon all his household before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in, to give us the land which he sware unto our fathers. Right? And Yahweh commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear Yahweh our power, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is at this day.
Hey, precept real quick, right? Get the book of Judith, chapter 5 and 17.
Judith chapter 5 and verse number 17. And it reads, and whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them.
Go ahead, read on to 18. Read 18.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. Man.
And that just shows what happens to us when we're disobedient, man. When we start sinning and we start doing what we want to do and going off. All right. But when we actually walking in these laws and statutes, our God is right there with us, man. Right? To make sure we prosper in our ways.
Con.
That's right. That's right.
Con, do me a favor. Go to Joshua chapter 2 and start at verse 9. We're going to read to 10.
Con.
Right.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 2. Wait, Nathan, do me a favor, read it real quick. I use the bathroom fast.
Con, I got you.
I got to highlight it. It's lucky.
Con, this is Joshua chapter 2 and verse 9. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. Verse 10. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the river of the Red Sea for you, and when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed.
Right? So the Lord, hey man, just like brother just brought out in that other precept, right? The works of the Lord is what follow us. The things that he do for us is what follow us, man. So when we went into various lands, it was like, oh, that go those Israelites, their God is a powerful God. Don't mess with those people, right? And then when they didn't listen and some of them stayed behind, we went in there and we took them over. We smited them. You know what I mean? Took their wives, killed the kids, killed the cattle, right? We do these things by the strength and power of the Most High and his name, right? His name is his works, right? He exists, shows through him existing. Through, hey, go tell them I'ma send boils upon them, you know what I mean? Or I'ma send lice upon them. Go tell them that if he don't let you go, I'ma turn the water into blood, man. Go let them know, man, that frogs is gonna plague the land, man. Go let them know, man. Right? So that way they know that he really exists. Right? Just like his name, he exists, man. Right? So like the brother was bringing out, man, the Lord is powerful. He's gonna make his people be known, and right, his name to be known in wherever we go, right? That's why we Yashar Allah, man, Prince of the Power, man. And the king is always going to take care of the person that's coming up under him, that's coming from up under him. You ain't going to you might have 3 sons, but the one that's getting the throne after you take good care of that, brother. You take good care of that son, because you know he's going to rule your kingdom in righteousness. Are you?
We're waiting on Khalil to get back so we can go back to Deuteronomy.
It looked like we got one.
Y'all have nothing? Bring something out.
Yeah, I got some, Mark. This is in Ecclesiasticus in the book of Sirach, right? This is chapter 2, verse 13, right? And I feel like this goes into what we've been talking about, right? We're falling away. We have people who will get into the truth and then they will fall away. This is verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, right? For he believeth not. Right? You have these brothers that have always been, in a sense, faint-hearted, right? Even when they were in their truth, they were in the truth. They were faint-hearted in the truth. They believed not, so they were easy. That's why they were so easily swayed. It's like, man, I heard this lesson on this history lesson, and it sound logical. It sound possible. Like I don't even think Yahweh Shai is a real person, because they brought out these points, and I don't know, that just sound good to me. Like, these people were faint-hearted the whole time, and a little bit of a false doctrine led them astray, right? Well, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended, right? So in the end, he won't be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, right? And this is for other brothers who was like, man, especially when they had that whole, like, man, the Most High is going to come back in 2011. Man, he gonna come back and yada yada. And then when it didn't happen, you had a lot of people that fell away from the truth. They lost patience. They said, I've been afflicted for too long, right? Not thinking about the people that came before them. We continue to be afflicted, and we have to endure until the end. No one is guaranteed salvation, right? You have to endure until the end, right? So woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right? So you done fell away thinking like, man, I've been enduring too long. I'm pissed off. I'm in captivity, man. He should have been came back. Now, what do you do when he comes like a thief in the night and you're not prepared? Right? Verse 15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Right? And that's what we're talking about too, man. When you have a healthy fear of the Most High, you're going to prepare for everything. You're going to make sure your candles, you're going to make sure the oil is, you have enough oil in your lamp. Right? You're going to be prepared. You're going to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. You're going to be wearing your Z's. You're going to be prepared for his coming. Right? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. Right? Because what is the love of the Lord? Right? Those that love him, it will show in what they do. They will bear it in their everyday life. Like, even when it comes to teaching your families, I love the Lord so much that I can't help but profess his goodness throughout my day. I might be in my room cleaning, and all of a sudden come out the room to the aquavs in the kitchen and be like, hey, listen to this verse real quick, right? I can't help it. I love him so much that it seeps out of my mouth, right? What's in my mind, what's in my heart, it comes out, right? They that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well-pleasing unto him, right? Man, a customer gave me some candy, right? Man, and I was like, man, I'm a little hungry, man. This little Oreo thing looked kind of good, man. But I felt off, and I hit up my brother. I was like, you know what? I think this would be considered food sacrificed to idols, right? This food is dedicated to this heathen holiday, and we know the origins of it, right? We know the origins of this holiday. So technically, this food, I would count it as food sacrificed to idols. I'm not gonna eat this candy. I'm gonna throw it out. I want to please God. And even if I'm wrong, even if this candy isn't really food sacrificed to idols, I want to please him so much that I'm just going to toss it out anyway, right? I'd rather be on the right path, the path that pleases my God, the right that pleases the Most High, right? And they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, right? Man, and that's what even in prayer, even when you wake up, sometimes you just gotta bow your head down and place your forehead on the ground, humble yourself and pray before him. Remind yourself that you're nothing but a vessel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but a vessel to be used by the Most High, and at any time he could snatch that spirit from you, right? All right. So and shall they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. Right? Because who do I fear? Do I fear the Most High who has dominion over my soul, or do I fear men who can only kill my body? They can take this, but they can't take what was promised from me. Right? And that's what you said, man. These men right now, they fear the eyes of men. So they say, hey, well, I'm hidden away in my room, man. Who gonna see me anyway? But they don't feel that Isaac has pierced through the wood, the drywall,
Bring it
basically
out.
everything that you
Bring
do.
it out.
Done. For is his majesty is, so is his is his majesty is, so is his mercy. Right. And with that I yield.
Hey man, the Most High probably looking through your eyeballs, man.
Come on.
What you doing?
Right quick. Right. And beautiful read, man. Beautiful read. Right. But I want to touch on a couple words that you brought out. Right. One of the words is believe. Right. And to believe, it means to accept something as true, feel sure of the truth, right? Or accept the statement of someone as true, have faith, especially religious faith. So to believe is the same thing as faith, right? So what we believe in, what we believe in is what the Most High is coming back to save his people from their captivity, right? And the only way for us to get saved is by keeping the law and having the faith or the belief that Hamashiach Yahushua is going to be that person to come save us. And that's us accepting something as true and feel sure of the truth thereof, right? So, and then you touched on another word, right? And this word is heavy for us. Hey, stop. This word is heavy for us, right? And it's this is the word right here, right? It's called, my bad. It says endure, right? So to endure, right? Endure or endure, right? Suffer something painful or difficult patiently, right? So that's what we're called to do. We're called to suffer something painfully or difficult patiently, right? So what it says, to undergo, to go through, to live through. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to live through this, right? Remain in existence until the end, until last, right? Right? So, hey, these are practices that we have to practice, man, and don't give up or become faint because you going through something painfully, right? Until the end. I yield with that.
Beautiful.
All praise.
Beautiful. And through the spirit, man, this is what y'all brought out leads us right into the topic that's at hand after this Deuteronomy, right? And the last verse, Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yahweh our power as he has commanded us, right? And we have enough faith and belief to do these commandments, man, right? And when we have this faith and belief to do this commandment, it's going to be our righteousness to what? To live through, to endure through these trials and tribulations, man, so we can receive the kingdom at the end and we can finally have our rest. See that? Right. So the topic that's at hand, if y'all see it on a YouTube, man, is to keep the faith and don't fall away. Right. Let me put the screen back up, Salaki. Right.
That was
so
the last
now,
verse of the chapter.
Let me get let me start off with the opening precept for the topic, right? 1 Timothy. Right.
Before you do that, all that Yahweh says we will hear and do.
All that Yahweh says we will hear and do. Salaki.
the bar Yahweh would not shema, all that Yahweh said, we hear and do.
The water, Nathaniel. God, this is First Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 1. Right? Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. See that? Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Right? So we in the latter times right now, man. Right? World War III is ramping up. We're at the tail's end of this thing, man. And people are falling away from the truth and the faith. Right? Giving heed means listening, right? To seducing spirits. Oh, don't believe in that Bible stuff, man. It's not true, right? We the damn Nubian gods of the past that reigned 10,000 years ago, man. We the damn Anunnaki, man, right? We this and we that. Everything that's contrary to the prophecies of the Most High, man, that we see in these times, man. And seeing these prophecies that were written 4,500 plus years ago, 3,000 years ago, and etc., man. Guess what, man? These already established our faith, man, that we should believe in this thing because we see it coming to pass. That should already have us rooted and grounded to understand, like, yeah, man, this is it, man. Right? When I learned this truth, man, I was like, hey, this is it. It ain't nothing else, man. As we wake up to who we are and we understand these prophecies coming to pass, ain't nothing else can come between that, man. We got to keep that faith strong in that thing, man. See that? And doctrines of devils. Devils goes into what? Deceivers, man. Oh, believe this, believe that, right? Don't believe this, but believe this. Hey, man, that's doctrines of devils and seducing spirits that's going to take you away from this faith, man. And you got to stay grounded in this thing. Right.
Con, you mind if I get a precept or
I use like
Con, all right. Okay, baby. Okay.
What you want, King?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse number 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Mashiach, for it is the power of Yahweh unto salvation to everyone that believeth, right, or have faith, to the Jew first and also to the Greek, right? For there is the righteousness of Yahweh revealed from belief to belief, right? Salakia. From belief to belief, right, or faith to faith, right? Give me a second. And then it says what? It says, therefore is the Salakia. This mouse is a mug. Hey, pull it up for me, King.
Okay. Romans
so
1.
This is 1. Yeah, this is a big chunk, man. This is a big chunk of why we're here today, man. This is a big chunk, man. It's gonna give you the whole thing, right? On why we believe what we believe, man. First point, what is that? Salvation. Right? Next point, what is that? We the Israelites. Next point, what is that? You ain't gonna be able to make it unless you have belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Right? This thing about the, you know what I mean? It's gonna knock it down, man. Bit by bit, piece by piece. We're gonna go to I think I was on 18 or 17, but you got to pull it up on the screen. But right, this is the way that we need to go, right? We like Ezekiel chapter 3 tell us, well, you're gonna hear a voice behind you saying, hey, go this way, this is the way, right? Just like Captain Khalil said, when we heard this truth, us that's still in this truth till today, when we heard this thing, right, for Taji Yathan is a little bit different, right? Because he heard it and he was like, whatever. I'll keep reading my Bible. You know what I mean? But when I heard this thing, I was like, nigga, I don't know what else there is, but this is it. And this could have been a lot, but it felt so good to know that, okay, I'm part of everything that the Bible speaks of. I cannot pass this. I cannot pass this up, man. It could have been a lie, but my spirit bear witness so much that it was just like, whatever this is what I want to be in, man. I was looking forward to be a pastor, man, and be teaching the lies of the deceiver, man. Right? That's what I was about to
Right.
start. I was started going to school and getting degrees because I wanted to get a PhD in theology, man. Right? But now look where I'm at. Right? Read.
Verse 18, King.
Con.
This Romans chapter 1 and verse 18.
Start at 17 again, Salakia.
17. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith.
From faith to faith, man, which is belief to belief, man. This is the whole belief, man. Right? And do me a favor, King. It's us, we Israel, man. Read Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, Baba Kushah. Khan, go ahead.
As it is written, the just
as it is written, it's said in stone, man. This is written with the finger of God, man. That this is the only way, right, that we're gonna get out of this present thing, man. Right? Go ahead.
As it is written, the just shall live by faith.
The just shall live by faith, man. So if you unjust, you living by your own belly, man. You living by that YOLO spirit, man. You living by damn theologies of men, man. You got the Greek gods, man. You got the Christmas, you got the Thanksgiving, right? You got the I'm a Pisces, I'm a Leo, I'm a Scorpio, whatever kind of Copio, whatever the hell else they got out there, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you living by. But the just shall live in faith, or by faith, by belief, right? So that's how we're gonna come up out of this thing. Read on.
Read on. Verse 18. For the wrath of Yahweh is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men.
Hey, man, like I always say, man, there's an angel with a sniper rifle, man, waiting to execute this judgment upon you, man. Just think of if you even watch the movie The Sniper, man, just think of how strategic and how well planned and thought out that these snipers are, man. They sitting you holding on to you every step that you make. You walking up an elevator or a staircase, and every window, he like, up there you go, up there you go, up there you go, bah! And he hits you, right? So think of it the same way with the judgment of the Lord, man, that you just step by step, there's a beam on your forehead ready to knock you off, man.
Like a thief in the night, man. You don't even know it's coming till it hits you.
Just because you think a wall is blocking that next staircase in that window, these people so fire, they got X-ray vision. They coming, they seeing, looking you through the bricks. You know what I mean? Just to hit you with some judgment, man. Right. It might not kill you, but that sniper rifle could be loaded with a judgment, man. And now it's time to get him. Bing. Let's get him. Right? Go ahead.
Read on. Who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
Man, you hold this thing and you trying to make it whatever you want to be, man. I ain't gonna say no camp or no organization, but you gonna bring the full moon as being the dark moon. When in the Bible it tell you Kadash, which means dark moon, man. That's the new moon. How you gonna bring a new heresy into the truth, a new doctrine into the truth? The truth is the truth, man. You cannot mix it with lies, man. That's like water and oil, man. It just don't mix, man. Right? Or this one wife doctrine, man. That one wife doctrine, that's oil and wine, man. It just don't mix, man. You never see in history that this is how the Lord works. He doesn't work like that, man. What he told to Haggai, he said, hey, go back to your mistress, man. Right? You can't leave. Go back to your mistress, man. I don't care what she doing to you. Right? So we gotta understand, man. Water and oil do not mix, man. Just like water and wine. A good glass of wine don't mix well with water. Right? Read on to the last verse.
Verse 19. Because that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them. For Yahweh has showed it unto them.
Man, because at the end of the day, those people that's believing in the truth, in the water, in the bread, in the wine, in the doctrine, those people is going to be revealed at the end who was truly serving the Lord and who turned the truth into a lie, man.
God, that's right. That's right. God, that's what you yield. You yield.
Con, I'm good.
God.
Yeah, mighty.
All right, we got anybody got any precepts for this lesson? Go ahead and bring it up.
Yeah, I got.
I do. Galatians chapter 3 and 23. Right,
God,
because we live by faith like people live by food, man. Our faith is that at the end of the day, the Israelites is going to be saved, and only 1/3 in the 144,000. We live by faith, man, like it's our daily meal source, man. Right, and all praise to the Most High for giving us the understanding. Right, start at 22.
this is Galatians chapter 3 and verse number 22, and it reads, "But the scripture hath concluded all under sin,
Mm-hmm.
that the promise by faith of Hamashiach Yahushai might be given to them that believe."
Because we all sin, we all go off, right? But the whole conclusion of this thing is that at the end of the day, we get justified by that mediator that we ended up developing that reconciled us, like Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 15 to 17 say, that guy, right, is gonna save us even in our filth, man. Right, in our filth, man, he's still gonna make us and deem us clean, like I brought out in Philippians chapter 2 and verse number 24, man. Right, he's gonna make our garment unspotted, man. He gonna bring us in front of Yahweh unblameable, man. Right, from the works that we do in the fruits of the spirit on this earth right now, man. Right, read on.
Like the sheep in the pit, man. You know,
Man,
take a spot of there.
you got, hey man, you got to get them up out of there, you know. And then when the sheep fall down and get up, man, you know, a real good a shepherd is gonna wash the sheep off, sub it up with soap, you know, go ahead and pick the afro out, you know, hit it with some ointment and oil, man. You understand? So that way that sheep come up there beautiful and blameless, man.
That's right. That's right. God, Galatians 3 and 23. "But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed."
So hey man, we was closed off to having real deal belief in Hamashiach Yahushua, man. Right? We was more so believing that the law was gonna keep us safe, right? Unto faith in the end, unto being justified in the end. Right. But now justification has came, right? To be justified in our wickedness or coming out of our wickedness, still filthy though. Yahushua gives us that clean slate, man. Right, and when he bring us in up there before Yahweh, we got the best lawyer that there ever has been since the beginning of the world, man. Right, where he's gonna say, "I object." He did not do any of these things that he's accusing him for, and this is why. And this is how I know that. You understand? We got the best lawyer there is, man, when it comes to this, man.
And that's damn Satan over there being the prosecutor, man, trying to get you jammed up, man. You know? God.
I yield right there.
Okay,
I yield right.
God, what you got, Nathan?
You can grab that classic, man, that 1 Corinthians 9. You know,
9 and 25.
This is 1 Corinthians, the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse number 25. Right? "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things."
And hold on. Before you get that, right, jump up to 23. Let's get a little bit more of the context of this.
Hey, break that down for me, God. I'm run to the bathroom real quick.
Go up to 23.
1 Corinthians 9 and 23. "And this I do for the gospel's sake."
We do this for you, for the good news of the gospel's sake, man. Right? That we're going to be saved in our affliction from our enemies if we endure. Right? Go ahead.
"That I might be partaker thereof with you."
And that's what we end up doing, man. We'll put ourselves out of it and say, okay, I'm praying that you make it so that way I might make it with you, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, so I'm not gonna put me in there. But you, I got faith that you gonna make it, right? And we could do that for one another, man, because it says the scriptures tell us to exalt one another, man.
That's right.
To
That's right.
exhort one another, man, not to exhort thyself. Because if you exhorting yourself, that's pride. But if you exhorting another person, that's humility, that's humbleness, right? Read on.
That's right. That's right. Verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all?
All of us running, all of us trying to get to this end goal, man. All of us running. Some of us hitting a 4 flat for 3, 4, 5 miles, man. Some of us hitting a 5-4, right? Like me, I'm slow. I was playing football. I was running a 5-4. You know what I mean? Running a 5-4, trying to get there. You understand? For about 2 miles, and then they start like lightly jogging. You know what I mean? Hitting a 6, 7. You know what I mean? But they getting to that end goal though. You know what I mean?
Let me I just wanna pull something up real quick on that real fast.
God. But brother,
right.
you know, some brothers gas out, man.
Hey, look at that, man. Hey, you got to keep running in this race.
Boom.
And those obstacles is what, man? Hindrances, right? Things trying to keep us back, man. You know?
It's called hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hey, man, and what's cold about this race, it don't end until the fat lady sing, man. It don't end until those nukes hit and you getting proven, right, throughout the world in the wilderness or whatnot, man. That's when it ends, man. So even if you feel like you falling back into last, it's a marathon race, man. You know what I mean? You might fall back for a couple miles, but in that 10th mile, you get a boost of energy, man. That's the fourth wind come in. And now you're jogging a little faster and you passing up everybody else, man. So these things, these things, those hurdles, man, something serious, man. Right? And we gotta jump them all the time. And you know, there's some people that trip over the hurdle, get back up, and then still do what it do, man. So we need to understand that too, man. All of us, we're running in a race, man. And I yield so nothing nice could take over.
And that go into you know that those hurdles, those afflictions coming at you, man. Is you gonna let that affliction stop you, or you gonna get up and just keep on taking those afflictions, man, and enduring through those afflictions? Hey, man, I got hit. Keep pushing. I got hit again. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna drop, or you gonna get up like Khalil said, man? Hey, like Captain said, you might look. They drop, but then they keep on going, man. You knock over the obstacle, the whole obstacle fell over with you, man. But you got to keep on pushing through the next one.
That's right. Or you're going to be like, oh, you know what, man? I failed one time, man. I'm done with this thing, man. Hey, man, you got to get out that spirit, man. You got to keep going, man.
Or you might fall. You see everybody else like, oh, man, I fell. I'm all the way in last now, man. Well, I might as well stop here. You know what I'm saying?
And they got up and kept on going, man. 3 of them fell, man.
Yeah. Hey, she broke her ankle right there.
God. Wait, it's the last one. I think this might be good. Never give up, man. Keep running them races, man. And those obstacles, man, it's trying to hinder you, man.
Hey, look, she fell in the beginning. She came back from the back of the
Yeah, exactly. Right. Now let's go back. Let's go back. Now.
Came back and won that thing, man. Came back and won that thing, man. All praises, man. All praises.
God. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain.
Hey, man, so we running because we know that prize at the end, man, right? We seeking the kingdom. We seeking salvation, right? We running to obtain that prize.
That's right. Reading on, verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
I get that word temperate.
I was just about to say that.
Self-controlled, continent.
Self-controlled in all things.
Right.
To exercise self-restraint.
Right. That means you gotta be able to control your thoughts, man. You gotta be able to control your spirit, man. You gotta be able to control your emotions, right? Don't move off of your emotions, right? You gotta be temperate in all things. Have control over yourself in all situations, man.
And we also know that that word temperate goes into balance, having a balance in your life.
That's right.
Right. This ain't the only time that this word popped up, and and other times that it popped up, it's talking about balance, right? So if you're striving for the mastery, you're gonna make time for what is important to you, for what you're trying to be excellent at, right? Everybody don't just wake up and be excellent at football. Everybody don't just wake up and be excellent at reading. It takes time, balance in your life. Okay, so every 2 hours out of the day, I'm gonna dedicate myself unto the Lord, and I'm gonna read these precepts, and I'm gonna link them up, and then I'm gonna do this and do that, and you do this for weeks on weeks, and eventually they just stuck in your mind. What precept you need? I need First Corinthians chapter 11 and verse number 7. What precept you need? I need Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse number 42. What else you need? Right? And it just comes to you like it's nothing. That's the same way with being a blacksmith, right? With being a sheet metal worker, whatever. With the time that you put in, you become beautiful at this thing. It start to be harmonized, right? Where it's just like a fluid thing, man.
God. Reading on again. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Right. And I gotta go with right, that corruptible crown, right? A lot of brothers and sisters right now, they strive for the mastery of their craft, right? To get that corruptible crown, which will be the riches of this world, man. Right? Or they want to have some type of fame, man. They want to have some type of Instagram influence, right? Some type of influence over other people, right? And just be well known, man. Right? But they doing it for vain reasons.
Vainglory.
Vainglory, exactly. We seeking that incorruptible crown, man. Knowing that we gonna have rulership forever after this, man.
That's right. Verse 26, right? I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
Right. I know why I'm running, man. Right. I'm not running like, hey man, what I'm doing this for? Hey, what's the prize at the end of this? What do I get for winning this race? Right. No, I know why I'm running, man. I'm running with a clear mind, man. Right. And I fight not as one that beateth the air, man. Right. I'm not punching at nothing, man. Right. I know what I'm fighting for. I know what I'm fighting against in order for me to get to where I need to be.
That's right. What you got, Taziathan?
Hey, read on to that. Go to next one more verse. Next one right there.
Verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Right, and that goes into, like you were saying, man, being balanced and being and having control, self-control, man. You're gonna bring your flesh into subjection, man. Right? You're not gonna let your body tell you what to do. Hey, man, oh man, that pork look good, man. Hey, that bacon, hey, you might as well eat that. That shit delicious. Nah, man, I'm gonna bring my body into subjection under meat, man. Hey, we not eating that shit, man. Hey, we're not doing that, man. We're not doing this today because it's a Shabbat, man. Right? I'm forcing my body to do the things that I know is right, man. Right? Unless by any means, when I preach to others, right, I'm trying to bring other brothers into this race. Hey, man, hey, come run this race with me, man. We gonna get through it, and at the end, hey, you know we get it. I'm pulling all these other people into the race, man.
That's right.
Again, then I myself should be a castaway. Then I'm one of them brothers who stumble and I don't get back up, man. Right?
Bring it out.
Con, I also see that is like right here where it says, so I fight not as one that beateth the air. So you like this, like Akin was saying, you understand why we're doing this. And it says right here, means when I I myself should be cast away, right? Because when you forget the reason why you're doing this, you're easily taken away by other doctrines. So you'll be like, hey man, run this race with me. He like, why you want to run that race? That's not even for us, right? Your people go back to this people, or you were this people. You go back to the Egyptians. Your people is great pharaohs. And
I was
before
just
you
thinking
know it,
that.
man, you looking up Egyptology, and you like, dang, this sound legit. This kind of even look like me right here, man. I'm probably Ramses, like reincarnated, man.
And that also
I be feeling godly at times, man. This might be me, man.
that also
You
goes
know,
into that well, we all gonna die anyway spirit, man. You know,
exactly,
what's the point of all of this spirit, man? You know, no faith,
right?
man, no belief, right?
And that makes me bring up this verse right here. This is John chapter 4:22. Yahushua say, "Ye worship ye know not what," right? Because they be taken by shit that they don't even have a full understanding for. And man, to look at Egyptology and be like, man, this is me, and not understand how much pedophilia is embedded into Egyptology, man. Right? Not to understand how much homosexuality is embedded into it. They'll go into Islam and be like, man, I'm fruit of Islam. Shave their beard, put on a suit and a red bow tie, and be like, man, I look presentable to this world, and not understand how the Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl and consummated their marriage when she was 9 years old, right? And then when you bring up these facts to them, they don't understand it because they worship they know not what, right? Right? Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, right? I also want to bring up 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man be among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, right? And that's one thing I had to do, man, because I for sure was one where when I was 16, I was like, man, this can't be right. This got to be the slaves. This got to be a slave religion. And I started looking into Islam. I started looking into, before I knew it, man, I was trying to align chakras and buying crystals and stones and, you know, meditating in a sense of trying to connect with ancestors that I couldn't even prove were my real ancestors. You feel me? Right? So we had to put aside these things, these ideas that we felt like made us wise, right? Because I would have for sure tried to argue you down, be like, yeah, man, no, I read the Book of the Dead, and this wise and foolishness, wise in something that has nothing to do with your people,
right? Or they wise to an extent, right? And they let the little that they do know get to their heads, right? Like we got cut the other day, man, right? A few weeks ago by this brother who was saying that the Levites was not the Haitians because he was Haitian and he dug into the history of his people, right? But he just used a word for the people, the name of the people group, right? Of the tribe back then. He used a different name, but then when we went after that, me and Taziathan went into the research a little deeper. And he like, hey man, that people go into this people, and if he would have said this name, I would have recalled it, man. Right, and they go and they still keep the traditions of the Levites, man.
Yeah, I mean that's why we got to study to show ourselves approved. We got to continually study, right? But if any man,
but again, like you were saying, if you was weak in the spirit, a brother like that cutting you like that could have threw you off.
Could turn you away.
You right, man. We was never Levites. Oh, you right. Hey, we going with that, right? And you don't want to really go and do this research for yourself. It don't push you to want to study more. It push you away from the faith, man. You was never really in the faith.
Exactly. Someone that seems wise in this world could easily turn you away if you don't have the understanding of the word.
Mm-hmm.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Right, and that's how people fall to these doctrines, right? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, man. They usually fall into it. They start practicing one thing after another, and we have like those brothers that like I said, I said in the last lesson, believe they couldn't be killed, right? They fell into their own craftiness. They kept going down it.
Let me bring this out right quick, so that way it's not just up there while you're still talking. So So you brought out, man, they go to follow these different religions, and these religions believe certain things, man. These are husbands, right? And these are wives.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? This is what the Muslim faith, right, promotes, man, is that a man could marry a 9-year-old little girl, man, right? That a man could marry a
What
little
is it?
6-year-old,
Man,
man.
hey, go back to that one. She looked terrified.
Terrified.
The second one.
Man, right?
Oh man.
Right? And they gotta take rod, right, from these grown men, man, to consummate the marriage, man. And these are evil religions, but if you bring this out, they say, nah, that's not true. That's just the way that somebody translated the text from the Arabic to the no, bro. This is really their culture, bro, and we're trying to save you guys from out of this, man. Look, this is a sister wife, man. This is a sister wife right here, man. To this woman, man. A little girl, man. Probably not even 12, man. Right?
And that's the thing, because I even had a brother that I was talking to, grown man, seemingly tribe of Judah, right? I'm telling him about the situation. He's like, oh, you just don't understand history. It was okay for them back then. What? And
Nah,
this is the religion this is the doctrine you want to be a part of, right? Where your
Mm-hmm.
prophet married a 6-year-old and consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old, right?
man.
That's
Hold,
okay
hold on.
because it was
I wanted to bring that out, Cap.
What? You want me to pull it back up? Oh, that? Okay.
Yeah, it said, look at Polite. He was taken out by the Most High. No more career for him, right? Because
done.
Polite ain't never
He
had that
was
faith, man. So he was cast and thrown by the wayside, man. And I just
he let
wanted
every
to bring
doctrine
that
take
out real
it,
quick.
right?
That's it.
Khan, that Egyptology doctrine, man, got him thinking he could do as he will, man, when it comes to these young women, man, and end up making him, trying to do something with a 14-year-old, man.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Right?
doesn't which Oh, Shalakia King.
Go ahead,
Shalakia.
go ahead, go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
which doesn't surprise me because when you go into that Egyptology in the Book of the Dead, and I'm paraphrasing, it says he placed his phallus between the buttocks of his son, right? So that's clear. That's clear pedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's homosexuality. These are
On
the
the
things that
high,
Egyptology talks about and promotes. I mean, a lot of people will try to overlook because I mean, even when you talk to the people who are into Egyptology, most of them haven't read the Book of the Dead, right?
nah,
Most of
nah.
them haven't, and so they're trying to justify it based off the images they see, of pharaohs and the glory that they think that they had and that they think that they were a part of by claiming that heritage. When if you're trying to claim it and you read that book, you're also claiming pedophilia and homosexuality,
You have you
right?
have no you have no choice. You have no choice but to, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have no choice but to claim that, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, that's a horrible way to live, man. To where everywhere you walk, you say that you're a Muslim or you say that you're in Egyptology, and you got to live by the standards of what they do now and what they have done in the past, man. But
Con.
when you're a Hebrew Israelite, our people let you know, man, at 20 years old, that's when you're ready to start getting married, right? And according
Yeah.
to our Hebrew months, at 20 years old, right, you'll be 21. You'll be around like 21, going into 22, according to Hebrew years or Hebrew months, right? So
Precept.
yeah, like you're saying, man, we don't walk like that. We never have, but for them, it always been in their custom, man. Are you?
I got a precept. Right. It's lucky. Hebrews chapter 3 and verse number. You right here. Hebrews chapter 3 and verse number 12. It says, take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you an evil heart of unbelief. Hey, man, having unbelief, not having faith, guess what, man? That's an evil mind, man.
Con.
Right? That's an evil mind, evil thoughts. Because if you have no faith and you have unbelief, you're gonna be dwelling and delving into all kinds of different doctrines, man. Egyptology, right? Babylonian customs, right? Things of that nature that are not a proper guiding stone of your moral compass that the Most High had already provided for us, right? Right? Lest there
Con,
be any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power. Yahweh, man, from the Most High God, man. And you don't want to depart from the Most High God because what's going to happen to you, man? You're going to end up like Brother Polite, man. Right? 13. But exhort one another daily while it is called today. So while there's still a day to live, man, while there's still a time to wake up, and you wake up every day, we got to keep exhorting one another while there's still a day for us to do so. Lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin, right? Because dwelling in your sin, right? Taking heed to your flesh, that's going to harden your mind because you're going to want to do what the flesh wants to do instead of what the spirit wants to do. Verse 14. For we are made partakers of a Mashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. See that? So we got to be steadfast in this thing until the end. If we hold on to the beginning of our confidence, and what's that beginning of our confidence? Revelation chapter 2 and verse 5.
con,
Revelation 2 and verse 5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works. When you first coming into this truth, man, right? And you fall, don't fall all the way back to where you know I just give up, man. It ain't working for me, man. Let me take my fringes and let me hang it up, man. Everything I've learned and I received, man, but this other doctrine kind of seems more pleasing to me, right? Continue in those first works, continue in that first faith, continue in that first belief, and stand on that, man.
con.
Or what? Or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. See that? And with that, I yield.
I got a precept for you too, man. Yeah, it's like Captain was saying, like everyone was saying, man. They didn't have no choice. So you get caught up into these doctrines, and you don't have a choice. You start to. I'll just go into the verse. This is Romans 1:24. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, right? And God will get, man, you start following after these false doctrines, you start seeking after these false gods, and you start diving deep into it. God gonna give you up into it. He's gonna allow you. Okay, here you go. Your mind is gone. You go ahead, go deeper, right? And now you're falling into, you're giving up into this uncleanliness, and that desire of your heart to dishonor yourself is made a reality. Now you in a religion that promotes pedophilia and beating your wife.
Real quick, and not only that, it promotes damn bestiality and shit too, man. Right. But with that being said, man, I'm about to hop off. I'm about to take a shower, get ready for camp, man. I love y'all brothers, man. I love all y'all brothers.
Well, let's close out. I think that we all finish up.
Nah, I think they're still going.
Nah, we still gonna go a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to hop off. Yeah, I love y'all brothers, man. I pray we all stay steadfast in this thing, man, and we all stay well grounded, man. I pray everybody watching do the same and really take heed to the words that's coming out today, right? With that being said, Shalawam, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, K.O.Y, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua.
Khan, love you too, King.
K.O.Y, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua,
Bragathon.
K.O.Y, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Bragathon. The water.
K.O.Y, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Bragathon.
The water, brothers. The water. All right, man. I will, man. I look forward to do this next Shabbat, man. Continue with y'all, man. I pray for y'all daily. Yeah, I stay that y'all stay focused on the word, and that the camp out there is flourishing, man. I know that they have mighty brothers like you out there, man. I miss y'all. I for sure miss y'all. I miss y'all guidance, and I miss y'all the wisdom that y'all share, man. So the water. All right. So with that being said, man, all praises to the Most High. You guys continue to have a blessed lesson. Shalom.
Shalawam.
Kwame Yashawala. Mraf Labwa.
He always got to hit that. Man. But that's right, though. But yeah, man, stay steadfast in the thing. Let me finish reading on, right? So we got to stay steadfast to the end, man. Right? In this faith, in this belief, and doing the first works, man, and not leaving those first works, man. Right? Verse 15. While it is said today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation. Meaning what, man? Don't be provoked by any doctrines, right? Any other beliefs, right? To harden your heart. That's going to eventually make you harden your heart and close off your mind to the will of the Most High and the faith that the Most High have provided for us through His Son Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? Don't be provoked. For
Hey, read
some,
it, read it one more time because you got choppy, man. With everybody dropping out and everything, you got choppy.
God, God
Read
got
it
you,
one
got
more
you.
time, but you was heard very well after that.
God, while Hebrews 3:15, while it is said today, if ye will hear his voice, because the Most High told us, hey, listen to this, do this, right? As it is today, right? Harden not your hearts. Don't harden your heart. Don't close off your mind to what the commandments have already stated for us to walk in and the faith that comes with that, right? As in provocation. Don't let nothing provoke you to harden your mind, man. To close off your hearts to what the Most High had told us what to do. That initial moral compass, that guiding stone, and leave to another guiding stone that's gonna lead us to damn destruction, man. See that?
Con.
And I yield with that.
So like the brother going into, man, you feel what I'm saying? You don't want to be led into destruction, man. You want to be led into everlasting life, man. Right? So, and you need the right leaders to be able to lead you that way, right? Unto the ways of everlasting life. Give me Luke chapter 16 and verse number 10. Right?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse number 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
So no matter if you got least or if you got much, man, that brother need to keep the belief regardless, or that sister, that child need to keep the belief regardless, whether you have a lot or you have a little, right? That's going into knowledge or that's going into substance, right? Whether you have a lot of knowledge or a little knowledge, be faithful, right? If you have a lot of money or a little money, be faithful, man, because at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, the Lord is gonna rise you up, right? Go ahead, read on.
And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
So if you got more or if you got less, right, wisdom and knowledge or money, right, you're gonna be unjust regardless, man. So you're gonna be either super unjust or you're gonna be a little unjust, or you're gonna be a lot unjust or a little unjust. Regardless of how it goes, you have to keep the faith and be faithful in much or in little, man, whether it be knowledge or money. Right. Do me a favor, grab me James 5 and 8. 5 and 5. We're gonna read to 8.
This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse number 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton.
Meaning you've been doing a lot of things that don't really make sense, man. Get one time right quick. You've been living on this earth full of pleasure, man, doing whatever you want, man, being sexual, having multiple different partners, right? Go ahead.
Wanton means to live luxuriously, lead a voluptuous life, give
Mm.
oneself to pleasure.
So hey man, you've been doing your own thing for so long, man. But it's time to repent, man. It's time to come back to doing things that you might not like because you're not used to it, but you're gonna learn to love once you keep on doing it, right?
Voluptuous, curvaceous, and sexually attractive, typically used of a woman, relating to or characterized by luxury or sensual pleasure.
Mm-hmm. See,
Yeah.
it's going into all your sexual lust and desire, man. Right, having multiple partners, man, doing as thou wilt, spirit. Right? No,
Mm-hmm.
man, we need to come out of that, man. Right? Forget our pleasures, man. We need to take pleasure in loving the Lord and being obedient unto Him and His Son, man.
Mm-hmm. You letting the things of this world, luxurious lives and stuff, characterize you when you should be letting the will of the Lord and what the Lord says to do characterize you. You know.
That's right. That's right.
Come, read it again. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter.
Hey man, you have nourished your heart, man. You giving yourself all types of things, man. Like we was talking about earlier when we was in the world, right? Brother used to spend like I couldn't go to sleep without having at least a seven of marijuana a day, man. I needed at least a seven, man. Right? And the seven is like $90, man. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's a day. You feel me? So, and we lived that. We nourished our hearts, man, as in the day of slaughter. The day of slaughter goes into when you killing the fat and calves and you eating it up, right? You living it up. Got the barbecue going, the rib racks of ribs on the grill, the chickens, you know what I mean, the beef oxtails, and you living it up, man. Right? We done did that already, man. In the world, man, being worldly, man. Right? And you don't got a rack of good ribs. You got a rack of bad ribs on there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Full of worms and diseases, man. Right? Claiming it to be good, man. Right? Read on.
Come, reading on. Verse 6. Ye have condemned and killed the just,
Mm-hmm.
and he doth not resist you.
You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. We need to be those people just like the just that was in the time of Hamashiach and the apostles and the disciples, man. Right? They condemn us, they giving us affliction, they trying to fight us and persecute us. Talking about our own nation, man. If any other nation does anything to an Israelite, man, hey, that's a flag to go, man. You need to take off, take flight. You feel what I'm saying? Literally, not run away. You need to take flight. But if an Israelite person, persecute you, slap you, maybe punch you, man, right? We gotta resist the temptation of touching the Lord's anointed, man, even though they don't know better, man. Like David and Saul, man, right? Where David
Mm-hmm.
could have been knocked Saul off, but he said, "Nah, I'm gonna have mercy because that's the Lord's anointed." Right? And we need to do the same thing when it comes to the people that condemn us, right, and kill us unjustly, right? And we do not resist them, man. We don't need to resist them. We still need to have an open arm toward those brothers and sisters, which is one of the hardest things for the Israelites to acquire, man. Is to forgive somebody that despitefully use you and harm you, man, and hurt you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Bring it on. Read on. Verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of Adonai Yahushai. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth.
And the
And
precious fruit of the earth is not gonna react when people are despitefully misusing them, man, and showing them hatred and gall and malice and unordinate affections, man.
Mhm.
Right? The good fruit, the pleasant fruit, the precious fruit is not gonna give into that, man. So right here, this is why James is saying this right after what he just quoted before, man. Is that to be precious fruit, you got to be edible, man. You got to be when somebody look at you like if when you see a fig tree and you see a fig this big, you look at that fig and you're like, boy, I'm gonna mess that fig right there. I'm gonna mess that fig up, man.
Mhm.
Right? Go ahead,
God, and hath long patience for it
man,
until he receives the early and latter rain.
man,
Right. So not only that, it also goes into when you growing your crops out, man. You gotta you wait, you grow it in the beginning of the year, and then you wait for that autumn season to yield those fruits. Right.
man,
You gotta have patience and hope and faith in that thing. Right. You're gonna receive that early rain, then it's gonna be a long period of kind of ups and downs on it, but then that latter rain is gonna really wash it to make it grow its yield.
man.
In that season.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Verse 8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the
man.
coming of Adawan, Yahushua Mashiach draweth nigh.
Hey, man, the coming draw nigh, man. So you need to be patient right? And it's hard to be patient in the face of adversity, man. It's hard to just sit there in the face of your adversity, man, and take full control and full affliction of what's going on with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Every time a brother or sister going through something, they trying to rush to get up out of it, man. It's like a toothache, man. A toothache bug the crap out of you, man. And you trying everything, all types of different remedies to get rid of that damn toothache, man. But the Lord said, take honor, take glory in that toothache, man, and that affliction, man. Right? And I'm not telling you literally take honor in that toothache, because I hate them. And y'all better go do something to get that tooth up out of your face, man, or stop the pain. But in our affliction, man, which is just as bad as that, we don't need to try to get out of it, man. We need to try to figure a way through, man. Like
That's
taking
right.
Tylenol, man. Still hurting, taking Tylenol, man, salt water, until that thing go away, man.
Come on. I got a preset on that one too, real fast. James chapter 1 and verse number 12, right? James chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, right? You got to endure through that toothache, man. You know, just let me pull it out myself. I can't take it no more. Hey, man, you gonna get jammed up, man. Your shit gonna be messed up, man. You know, you gonna have a wound in your gum that you got to live with, man. Oh man, I can't chew, man. When I was 10 years ago, man, I tried to pull my own tooth out, man. Now I can't even chew the same no more, man.
Man.
Right? Instead of enduring that faith and enduring that temptation, man, for the proper healing, right?
Man.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Other One hath promised to them that love him.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to endure these temptations, right, that are coming, and have faith that you can get through these things. One more precept and on you.
So like the brother saying, man, you got to endure those afflictions. You can't just run right out of there. You got to, because the latter rain, is where things are going to become plenteous, man. Things going to end up all right, man. You got a scripture in there, right, in Psalms, I believe, and it says, this too shall pass, man. So all the afflictions and all the infirmities that you have right now, these things are going to go away, man. We're going to get new bodies, man. We're not going to know pain, suffering, crying, sorrow. We're not going to know any of these things, man. Right? Even affliction is going to be out the window unless we're afflicting the other nations, man. Right? And we're going to be happy to do so at that time, man. Because we're going to be full of what? Joy, gladness, right? Exceeding gladness, right? Patience. We're going to have everything that we need, man. We're not going to want to make haste to get out of situations in that time. Right?
That's right. God, that's right. So the temptations that are coming, man, endure it through faith, man. Have that faith that you can get through these things, man. But guess what? When you serve the Most High, these temptations are going to hit you hard like a trunk moving, man. Right?
Man.
Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, right? If you come to serve Yahweh, right? Prepare thy soul for a temptation. Because when we was in the world, man, nothing was a temptation for us, man. Right? When you're trying to refrain and restrain your mind from doing certain things, then it becomes a temptation. Oh yeah, man, hey, we're going to the strip club tonight, man. It's gonna be a bunch of baddies in there, man. Man, you know what? My flesh is telling me, yeah, let's roll, but my spirit is trying to fight that temptation. You see that? It only becomes a temptation when you're trying to restrain yourself for it, man. Because a lot of these brothers, these wicked Jakes and these wicked Eves, it's not a temptation to them because they give into it. They don't even think twice about it, right? Verse 2. Set thy heart aright means put your mind on a right path. Put your mind on the righteous path, right? And constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble, right? So even if you're going through afflictions, right? You got fired from your job, right? You crashed your car the 3 days after that. Now you on foot. Now you just like, man, I want to give up, man. Man, you going crazy, right? You got to endure through that thing, endure through these afflictions, endure through these temptations, and make what? Not haste in the time of trouble. Oh man, you know what? I lost my job. My girl left me. I'm homeless. I'm going through all these things, man. I'm finna go rob this bank, man. Now you making haste in a time of trouble to fall into those temptations, right? But what's gonna help you out of that? When you what? Cleave unto him, right? Cleave unto the most high, man, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that
And
last end.
last one, man.
See that? So if you hold on to the Most High, man, He's gonna bring you through that, man. And He's gonna give you tenfold because you had your faith in that thing, man. Now you got a brand new car, right? You got a job that's paying you extra more money, right? You got everything coming, and he's like, man, I'm glad I went through that. Now, if I didn't go through that, I would have this instead of
My
giving up and
God,
not enduring.
man, beautiful, beautiful.
You see that?
Con,
With that, you.
hey, read verse 4, man. You
Oh
can't
yeah,
leave that.
come.
Can't
saying
leave
I'm
that
not.
undone.
I'm gonna have to keep going. Verse
Yeah,
4: Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and
man.
be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Right? And a lot of Jakes, man, and Eves, they give up, man. Man, I used to have a 5-6 bedroom house, man. Now I ain't got nothing. And, hey,
Man.
man, hey, suicide is there, drugs is there, trying to find a way out, man, instead of using the Most High as your way out, man. Right? When you change from that higher state to a lower state, you got to be patient and take it cheerfully. Right? For what? For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right? So you want to come out as gold, man. Right? You got all these other metals inside of you: sin, your wickedness, right? Lust of the flesh, damn what's the opposite of the fruits of the spirit, man? Fornication, you know, evil mind towards your people, all these other contrary metals that are in you, right? Is polluting your gold, man. So you want to get in that furnace, man, take out all the dross, man, take out all the junk and come out as that fine gold. Or you gonna be like that burnt plastic, man. It comes, oh man, you know what? He went through the fire, he came out melted, man. Discarded away, and you don't want to be that. You want to come out as fine gold, come out on top, even if you endure all those things, right?
Hey, we
Believe
go
in
read.
him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. And with that, you.
Nah, we gonna read to 10, King.
Oh, come.
10.
Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy,
Mm.
and go not aside lest ye fall. I'll let you break that down. Go ahead.
When you stop believing in the Most High, you stop trusting in Him, man. You gonna end up falling, man. You gonna fall to your own wicked devices, man. Like Romans chapter 1 and verse 26 say, man, 25 to 27, right? What like that said, man. You don't wanna stop believing or having a faith in the Most High God, because at the end of the day, you gonna fall, man. Right? But what you want to ask. Sometimes you want to ask the Most High to put you through the fire of adversity, man, so that way you could come out of it as fine gold, and you know the way to move after that, man. Because after the best way to gain wisdom, man, is by mistakes, man. That's the best way to gain wisdom, man, by going through something, making mistakes, and then now you have the tools to tell somebody else how not to make that mistake, man, or how to look out for it so they could go through it in a different way, man. Right. So, hey,
Mm-hmm.
man, we got to keep this belief. We got to keep this faith so that way we can make it out onto the other side, man. Read on.
Read on. Verse 8. Ye that fear Yahweh, believe him, and
Yeah,
your reward.
you that fear Yahweh, you gonna believe him. You gonna trust in
Mm-hmm.
him, man. Another aspect of the word belief is to trust, man. And trust is a big thing, man. And it's hard to gain, and it's easy to lose, man. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to gain trust. It's easy to lose it, man. So you got to keep on exercising trust in Yahweh, or you'll lose it, man. Because doubt creep in unawares. It always creeping in. Doubt always gonna come, man. As an Israelite, right? But you have to learn when that spirit of doubt come in. You say, okay, well, I must not have read in 2 days. I got to get into my scriptures, right? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't watch a video today. I got to watch a couple videos, man. I didn't get a breakdown and then write down a breakdown today. That's what's going on. That's why I'm doubting, man. That's why my faith is wavering, my belief is wavering, my trust is wavering. It's because I'm not doing something to keep me grounded, man. It says,
Mm-hmm.
blessed is he who read it and do those things that are written therein, man. right?
That's right. That's right. Perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's that. Also, that spirit of overthinking, man. You know, oh, we know I'm doubt this, but then this, and then your mind ain't just set on that right course or that guiding stick that the Most High already gave to you. Hey, don't even think too much. Just do this, that, this, and that's it. Right now, you got the spirit of doubt on you. Now you're thinking about this thing and you're thinking about that. Now you're constantly overthinking because you're not grounded in that trust. You're not grounded in that belief and in that faith. See that?
And then you give yourself over to heaviness, and now you thinking about premeditated murder. You thinking about avenging yourself when we know vengeance is of the Lord, right? You thinking about how you gonna tell this person what the hell is on your mind, and you got your neck rolling and your finger going. You know what I mean? Trying to no, hold on, sit still, be still, man, unmovable, right? And go back into your first love, into your first works, like the brother Tama said, man. Go back to your first love, man. That first love was videos, man. That first love was the doctrine, man. That first love is the reading, right? Don't neglect to go back to your first love when things start getting iffy and triggery, man.
That's right.
Right?
Read it again. Read it again. Hey, ye that fear Yahweh, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
And you shall not fall, man. That's why this whole lesson, right, is on what? Don't fall away. Do not fall, man. Believe in the prophecy, man. Believe in the promises, man. Believe in the adoption, man. All of us that's here today has been adopted, man. Nobody family tree in America knew that they was Jews or Israelites all the way into the time when we woke up in 1969, man. Everybody didn't know, man. Nobody had the records all the way through slavery, all the way to now. No, Abba Bivens got a revelation, man. Right? Nat Turner had a glimpse of who he is, man. A glimpse. He didn't even say that we was the Israelites. He just had a glimpse that these things fit here, and we lost
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's right.
We lost until our business, man. And now we have no choice but to trust in this and believe in this, man, until the end, man. Because hey, man, we've been on the path of figuring this thing out for the last 40, 60 years. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But these things are new to us, man. Right? The fear of
That's
the Lord,
right.
that's new, man.
That chart. Hey, Abba Bivens was kind of like this. Now we get to our time. That chart skyrocket with the awakening, man, and it can
Man,
only go up from there, man. It's only going up, you know.
man.
And with that, that should keep us even more grounded and faithful. You know what I'm saying? Man, watch this. I got something I want to bring out here. Verse 9. Ye that fear Yahweh, hope for good, right? Have faith for good. Have faith for what? The gospel. Because the gospel is what? The good news, right? Hope for the good that the Most High is going to provide for us. Have faith and belief for the good that is coming after these trials and tribulations in the furnace of adversity, right?
Man,
And for everlasting joy and mercy, right? We
man,
ain't hoping for a temporary joy. We ain't hoping for temporary mercy. No, we hoping for that end that we can never go through these trials and tribulations again, man. We hoping for that kingdom, man. Having
man.
faith and belief in that kingdom, right? Verse 10, watch this. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Hey, man, having faith in this walk, having faith in this understanding, and in the awakening of our people that we are the true Hebrews, the Israelites that the Bible talks about through history, archaeology, and prophecy, we cannot be confounded. If we got confounded by any of these other religions, man, hey, man, we wouldn't even be here right now. We would have put our
Man,
fringes and hung our fringes up. Oh man, that Christian kind of got us, man. Damn, we're done. Just no more
and,
camps, no more. You know, Islam, man. You know what? They confounded us. This thing ain't real. Let me take my fringes off and go hang them up or throw it. No, man, we cannot be confounded because this is the ultimate truth. This is the ultimate belief. This is the ultimate faith, man. That we got to stay steadfast in. You understand?
Con, con,
Come on,
con.
read
Go ahead,
on.
go ahead. Yep.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
No, man. No, man. When you abide in his fear, man, you know what comes after that, man. Prosperity, man. A better life, a longer life to live, man. right? When we fear in the Most High, man, we trust that we're gonna be saved, man, right? And that's why I said, man, trust, belief, and faith, man, is the way that we're gonna get up out of this thing, man. That's how we don't fall thereby, man. Right. And I wanna get something after this one. I want to get something in Hebrews, man. Because
Con.
Hebrews show you what faith is really about, man.
Got you. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And I got you right now, Kim. I'm gonna be real quick. Deuteronomy
All right,
31
go ahead.
6.
Go ahead.
Be strong. Deuteronomy 31 6 says, be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For Yahweh thy power, he it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee nor
Man,
forsake thee. See
man.
that? And that's the perfect precept for verse number 10. Sirach 2 and 10, man.
Come.
Right?
And before we go to Hebrews, man, get Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse number 15.
Con. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse number 15. And it reads, see, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
So the Lord had already put the judgment out there. He put the will out there. He put choices before you, man. You got to choose this day what you're going to do, man. Right? How you going to use the information that you have been provided with today, man? Right? Are you just going to run off and go back into the night and freak off? Or are you going to change your ways, man, and come back to the everlasting power that mercies and grace endure forever, man, to those who love him, man? Right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do, man? Verse 16.
Verse 16. In that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it.
And that's the good, man. And the opposite of this is evil, man. So you got to keep the commandments of the Lord, the ways of the Lord, the testimonies of the Lord, the faith in the Lord, the belief in the Lord, the belief in Yahweh. So that way you're able to make it out, right, of this thing without a scratch, man. Like Mishael, the bended goat, and what's the other one name?
Shadrach.
Shadrach, man. We gotta remember that those brothers' hair did not get singed from that fire, man, because they trusted in Yahweh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And to be obedient means to trust, man. To obey means I trust your guidance. I trust your leadership. That's why I'm obedient to you. That I know at the end of the day, you're gonna get me to where I'm supposed to be going. Right? So obey the commandments of the Lord, meaning trust in him. That way you can make it out of the furnace of adversity, man.
That's right. Bring it out, King. Bring it out. You say Hebrews?
Yeah, Hebrews 11, man. Hebrews 11. Let's get into it. I was gonna negate this so I could bring out a plethora more precepts, but this is what this is all about, man. And after this, we can end it, or and you can bring out or finish a precept or whatever. But this right here is a lot, man.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse number 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen.
And that's and remember, always remember that this word faith means belief. And if you believe in something, like we looked in the at the definition of believe, right? It says to trust in something, right? That you done heard of, man, or that you've been exposed to, man. So to believe means you trust also, right? We got to trust in the things that we ain't seen, and the things that feels like it's not obtainable. We gotta trust in this thing, man, right? That we gonna make it. Read on.
And to top off on that one, you have faith that you're gonna breathe, man, but you don't see the air though, right? You can't see the air, but you know, man, I have faith I'm gonna keep breathing. You have faith that you're gonna wake up the next day because, man, tomorrow's a new day. You know what I'm saying? The water up and down with Yahweh. I hope I make it to see tomorrow. and every day and so on, right? So I can keep walking in your ways, right? But you don't know if tomorrow's not promised due to the curses, right? We don't know if we're gonna see tomorrow, but we still have faith that we will be able to what see tomorrow. See that?
Con.
Verse 2. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Man. Right, go ahead.
Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai, so that
Mm-hmm.
things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
The things that
Man,
we see right now, including us, are made from things that do not appear, man. Right?
which do appear. Means
Nah,
it's
so
not. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like that's right.
Con. So these things that are created, the laptop I'm on, the phone that we watch, me and Khalil looking at each other, it wasn't made by something that appeared. It was made by something that did not appear, man. You feel what I'm saying? And it's so beautiful because it's just he's doubling down on what faith is, what hope is, man, what belief is that the things that we don't see right now at the end, they shall speak, man. Right? That's why the Lord, when it said it is written, that means it's gonna come to pass. That's a prophecy. It's stamped. Bing, it's happening. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a precept or something? Because I want to keep going in this.
Con. I
If
got
you
I
got a
got
precept,
to
yeah, if you got a precept, it's all love, man. But I want to kind of go through this a little bit, just like we did in Deuteronomy 6, because this is the whole, this is substance. This is the whole thing that's gonna get us into the kingdom. Right? Faith is a big part. We always say that the law is good also, right? But faith is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm. Con. Now we can keep going. This Hebrews 11 and verse 4. By faith, Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain,
Mm.
by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh.
Khan. So he was dead and spoke, man. By his gift, by his offering, right? The Lord said, okay, that's the righteous one. This the unrighteous one. You don't hear much from Abel, man. Abel just did what was right? And then,
Mhm.
but you hear a lot from Cain because now he got a lot to prove. Right? And he didn't prove nothing, man. Just like Esau today, man. They say a lot of stuff, man, and don't prove nothing, man.
That's right.
Right? And but Abel proved his faith by his work, man. By the best that he could get from the flock, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then being dead, he still was able to speak because of his innocence. The
That's
Lord
right.
hears the prayer of the innocent, but the wicked, right, and the disingenuous, he don't hear those, right?
That's right. Verse 5. By faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death,
Mm.
and was not found, because Yahweh had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that
That
he
he
pleased
pleased
Yahweh.
Yahweh, man. Right? And
Mm.
this is the big thing, man. By faith, by belief, we are made whole, man. We do the things that the Lord commands us to do, man. By faith, man. Right? I want you to drop down the first 8 after you get a precept or whatever you're doing. Right?
Con.
Yeah, Con.
I want to get 6.
Con. Go ahead.
Verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Man.
For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is.
That he exists, man.
Yeah, that he is Yahweh, man. Oh, man.
You gotta do that, right? That's the only way you're gonna make it. Why?
You said read on?
Yeah, read on. Yeah, this
Con.
is this is this is why. This is why you should
Right.
believe that
And,
he
and
is.
and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Because he a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. Oh, man.
Mm.
Moved with fear. Hey, man, I'll see it when I believe it. Oh, you gonna flood the earth? Man, I'll believe it when I see the rain start pouring out the windows of heaven, man. No, man. He was building for what was that, 120 days?
Con.
Of just building and building?
A building, not.
Prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Man.
This is all proof text of faith and works, man. Together, coupled together, man. That is not dead. And it still speaketh. It speaketh, and Yahweh hears faith and works. Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went.
He didn't know where he was going, what was going to happen next, man. But he knew one thing. Yahweh said, hey, take Isaac up there and offer him, right? And he didn't know what was the next move of Yahweh. He just had trust, man. He trusted in him. At the end of the day, whatever I'm doing right now is for the betterment of my family for the time to come, man. And he knew in his mind, he said, well, Yahweh said Isaac is supposed to be the next person to rule under me. So how is he going to get rid of Isaac? But he's supposed to be the ruler. So if anything, if I kill Isaac, he's going to bring Isaac back to life. If I kill Isaac, he's going to make me have the same Isaac I have right now. I'm going to have another Isaac through my wife, right? He trusted in Yahweh that at the end of the day, he shall be made true and every man a liar, man.
Mm-hmm. I want to bring out a point real quick. In Genesis 13.
Right. Y'all brothers and sisters, man, in the chat, man, make sure y'all pray for Watchmen for Israel, man, out there doing that wonderful unity camp in Chicago, man, for whatever happened with the Palestinians, man. Y'all pray for those brothers that they have a safe trip, man, back.
Mm-hmm. So I want to bring out this account real quick in Genesis through the Spirit, right?
17.
I gotta start at the top real quick. So Lot, Abraham and Lot, they were dwelling together, right? I'll start at 5. And Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. Meaning that specific spot that they was at, man, they didn't want to stay there all this long. They wanted to find a bigger expansion because they were going to multiply and grow, right? Oh, this place is too small for the both of us. We have many substances. We have flocks, sheep. We can't stay in this little lot forever, right? And there was strife between the herdmen of Abraham's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And the enemies is round about us. Like, nah, man, we got to find an actual place to go. And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Like, we brothers, man. We got to stop. We can't keep continuing in this argument, right? And this is what Abraham said. Abram at the time, right? Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. So, Laki, this is Lot, right? And Lot said this. He's like, look, you go this way, I'm going to go that way. But if you go that way, I'm going to go this way. And what Lot do? And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Watch this. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from another. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom. See that? So, hey, man, Lot went into Sodom, and guess what? He got jammed up because he didn't have enough faith to dwell where Abraham was going or to trust in his brothers, man. Hey, look, the Most High say you going there, I'm going there.
Yeah,
No, man, Lot chose to go his own path with his own mind, and he got jammed up, man.
Con.
See
That's
that?
right. And lost almost everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did lose everything besides his two daughters, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else they couldn't flee with the cattle and all the servants and the riches that he had, man. He lost everything besides his two daughters. And his two daughters birthed to him cursed sons, man. Bastard baby.
Moab and Ammon. Right? But that's an example of what happens when you don't have faith, man, and you don't trust in the path of the Most High, man. You're gonna get jammed up. But guess what? Abraham, he trusted in the Most High, man, and he was able to go into that land that the Most High told him to go. Right? That's why it says here, he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed. And he went out not knowing whether he went. Straight on faith.
He trusted not knowing whether he was going.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Man. For he looked for his, he's like, man, yeah, I'm expecting a big old mansion, big old fortified walls. No, man. He was simply on faith the size of a mustard seed. He was in the damn tabernacle, man, knowing that the promise of the Most High is still going to come to pass, because that's how strong his faith was. Verse 10, for he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahweh, because he knew that this was going to come eventually. So he kept that faith. Verse 11, through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised.
And who had promised her was the prophet through Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. Right? So once she got that promise, she was like, hey, man, it is what it is. That's what God said. That's what it's going to be then. You know what I mean? Even though I think she was the one who laughed in her heart, right? But hey, still in all, she was like, okay, well, you know what I mean? If Yahweh said it, I guess it's gonna happen. Like, they got times where you laugh, man. Well, we laugh, and we don't even realize why we laugh, and it's just funny at the time, right? And Sarah was in that same spirit, man. I'm gonna have a baby, man. That's crazy, bro.
I'm me, me. You know, that's.
But still in all, she said, okay, well, I guess if Yahweh said it, you know, it must be. You know,
that's right. Verse 12. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead.
Man.
So many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable.
Innumerable, man. You cannot count. You could get a cup of sand, and you can't even count all the grains of sand in that, man. Right, so how much more the whole seashore, man, of every body of land? You know what I mean? You can't. It's impossible, man. And Abraham is the progenitor of all. You know what I mean?
That's right. God. Verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
And this whole book, bro, this whole book is cold-blooded, man, of Hebrews 11, man. This whole thing is far. I've been trying to skip to the point where I want to go, man, but this is the read is so good, man. All right, this is how you build up your faith, man. This is how you build up your belief, and you don't fall out of this thing as quick as you got into it, man. Right? Because the devil, the Hashatan, Satan, is always looking for who he can destroy, man. Who he could pull up out of this truth so they don't get salvation, man.
That's right.
He loves to devour, man. So in his lake of fire, man, he gonna be rejoicing. Cause he got all you wicked Jake to do exactly what he wanted you to do.
That's right. That's right. Read on. Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And
Mm-hmm.
truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned.
And that's a big deal, bro. Because he said, "Hey, man, you mindful of a country. You ain't even worried about the country that you done came out of, man. Because if you was worried about the country, Jerusalem, that you came out of, you would do the things you need to do to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
That's right.
You worried about this new damn country, man. God bless the USA, man. No, man. God damn the USA, man. God condemn the USA, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Verse 16. But now they desire a better country that is an heavenly.
Man.
Wherefore Yahweh is not ashamed to be called their power, for he hath prepared for them a city.
Like they say in Revelation, man, the city is already prepared. The table is already set, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right
That's
for us
right.
to come dwell therein, man.
Man, this is why it's such a beautiful thing, man, to keep this faith and staying steadfast in it and not falling away, man, because we have too much proof text and proof that we see in our daily lives, man, to keep strong in this thing, man. Then I'm gonna go back to the world for it, man. We already see the accounts, man. Like, no, you
Yeah.
going off, man.
What the hell
Crazy.
you talking, man? What the hell you talking about? Go back into the world, man. You don't see how many different accounts we got of people that went back and backslide and they got jammed up because of it, man.
Right.
Right? I see the way I'm getting jammed up going forward in the right direction, man. It's gonna be 10 times worse if I
Mm-hmm.
go try to get jammed up or prosper in that direction.
That's right. Damn. Come on. Reading on. Verse 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son.
So it said when he was tried, when he was proven, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Lord is proving him. Do you really trust in me? How much do you really believe in me, man? Right? You got a husband and a wife, man, and they say that same thing to him all the day long, man. All the same thing to their spouse all the day long. How much do you really trust me? How much do you really believe in me, man? That I'm gonna walk this walk with you all the way until the end, man. And it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But at the end of the day, if you walking with the Lord, it's not hard to say that He's gonna walk with you all the way until the end.
That's right.
Right? And that's what Abraham have proven with his actions. Right? Go ahead, King.
Verse 18. Of whom it was said that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Right? Accounting that Yahweh was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure.
Man,
Mm.
man. Hey, look up that word figure. It was also willing to receive him in a figure.
Juxtaposition as of ships. Comparison to one thing, likeness, similitude, right? So the same way, like, okay, Elijah got taken up, right? But
Yep.
he didn't die, right? Enoch got taken up, but he didn't die,
Yep.
right? So he can raise from the dead just like he can raise a whole figure up in that same
Mm,
similitude.
yep. And it's talking about the same way as he did with Yahweh Shai, as the Most High did with Yahweh Shai, man. It would have been the same way if Isaac actually really did die, man.
Mm-hmm. Because Yahweh Shai, he didn't die and then his spirit, gave up the ghost. No, he came back in the flesh and dwelt with the disciples for 3 days.
Yep.
Then he went up.
Con. A
Man,
proverb.
that's power. That's a powerful one right there.
That's deep.
Verse
That's
20.
deep.
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. Come on, man. Cause he already knew through the spirit, man. That's why in Genesis 49, he breaking down what's gonna happen in the last days.
Mm-hmm.
He already know what's good, man. My son, man, my son gonna make it. You feel what I'm saying? Through the spirit.
Mm-hmm. Con. Isaac already knew what's going to happen to Jacob and Esau. And then 21, by faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and
Mm-hmm.
worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff.
Man, he was like, these two gonna be great. And look
Mm-hmm.
at Ephraim and Manasseh, man. Ephraim and Manasseh is two of the mightiest tribes, man. Is one of the two mightiest tribes, man. Right under Judah, you know what I mean? Under Judah and who else is pretty mighty, man, in the scriptures?
Issachar.
Yeah,
They
Judah.
all mighty tribes, man.
Yeah, for real. Because you got Judah, Issachar, Zebulon. That's mighty
Mm-hmm.
also, man. That people always go up to and respect, man. But Manasseh was so cold that they had to split Manasseh in two and say, hey, look, you dwell with the brethren over here and you dwell with the brethren over there. Because Manasseh was also experts in war, man. They wasn't scared of combat, man. Right? They was willing to live or die for the faith, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Shalawam, big Shalawam again to the 5 viewers in here, man. Y'all having that faith and y'all staying steadfast in here with us, man.
Man,
All praises to the Most High, man.
all praises to the Most High, man. We just, hey, look, man, we gotta have faith, man, or we gonna fall by the wayside, man.
Mm-hmm.
Our belief is that those who keep the law, statutes, and commandments, the faith in Yahweh Shai or the belief in Yahweh Shai, those two shall be saved, man.
That's
Right?
right. Hebrews, Slaki, verse 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child.
Mm.
Man,
And
man.
look at the word proper right quick though. Because we might not get the same thing as what we thinking about, man. He said they saw that he was a proper child, man. Let's get it.
I
What
already
proper
know.
mean?
Yeah, I kind of feel what my spirit's telling me right now. Of the city of polished manners,
A polished
right?
man,
Elegant of body, comely, fair. In
man,
other words, with the spirit, through the spirit, man, a Hebrew, man, a
man,
chosen, a gold, and not that's cast amongst the silver and the brass. This one's gold. We gotta
yeah.
hide this, man, because they don't care about that brass they got. If they see this gold, they're gonna come after this gold.
And you know how they got they got buff kids, like they just born buff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moses was probably that brother, man. That was just born buff for some reason. It just knew that he was gonna be high in stature, man.
Mm-hmm.
Elegant, comely, and fair brother, man. Right? Of polished manners, man. Meaning Moses had a high level of masculinity, man. Right? Moses wasn't somebody who was gonna turn his tail or tuck his toes, man. He was gonna run to it, man. Right? And that's why Moses got put into that to the mire or to that place where the grass was high, man. Right? Go ahead.
Come. 1 second. Let me get that name.
Con.
Drawing out.
Drawing out, man. Drawing out from where? The body of water where the marsh was, man.
Mm-hmm. Con. Going back. Right? By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment.
Man. Like this one gonna live. I give a damn what you talking about. This the one.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna live.
By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter,
Man.
choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
And that's
That's
a
a classic
great
precept right there.
man. That's a great precept, man. Because that's what we get tied into. We get tied into enjoying the affairs of sin, man, for a season, man. Right, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's so difficult for us nowadays that we just always backsliding, man. You backsliding heifer, man. All right, we always backsliding because sin, man. The sin is just it's like sin is gold when it's really dirt, and then righteousness is dirt when it's really gold. It's just this society, man. This system has changed things up, man.
Mm-hmm. God. Verse 26. Esteeming the reproach of Yahushai greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward.
And that's where I want to end it at. I mean, we could keep going or go into something else, but hey,
Con,
man,
yeah, we could end it right there, Con.
because as it says, man, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward, man. And the reward is the revelation that the Israelites gonna have this lot of land. They're gonna be God's people forever and ever and ever, man.
Con, that's right. So yeah, man, have faith and don't fall away. Right? Understand the accounts that we just read, and that Hebrews is fire, man, to give you that reminder of our forefathers and foremothers having that faith, that we're gonna make it out this captivity, that we're gonna endure through this fire, and we're gonna make it and have that rest. So don't give up, Israel, and and just keep going and keep striving to be the best in the eyes of the Most High, man, so we can get delivered.
And like the brother said, man, at the end of the day, we have a reward, right, for our labors. Our labors do not go in vain, as the scriptures tell us, man. Right. So it's gonna come to that point where we're gonna see exactly what we've been hoping for, man. Right now, it seems like it's not true. It seems like it's not gonna come to pass, but it's inevitable. It's written and set in stone that we're gonna get the kingdom, man, and we're gonna be preserved in the day of evil, man. Right? So keep doing what y'all doing. Exercise y'all faith, man. Get stronger, get built up, because the devil crouched down like a roaring lion, ready to see who he could devour, man.
That's right. So with that, let's say, come here, Shalawam.
Kom Yashala Shalawam.